Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escape mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on to a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so we are about to get into week 6 of the Inkosi Super Cup, and of course with me, Mr. Batchy over here. How you doing today,
Hey,
bud?
it's me, your boy. Yeah, we out here, we ready. It's this isn't about me. This is about the PUBG that we're about to see. So that's really what I'm gonna be. That's really what I'm really hoping for. So my mood is gonna be determined by the kind of gameplay that we see today. Let's leave it at that. You asked me how I am. We're about to see how I am.
Yeah, well, speaking of how you are, here is our schedule for the day. As you can see, of course, we're heading up into our first group match, after which we'll be moving into our 3 final games here for today. So, of course, the first one starting right about now, and then the next one starting on the hour again. And, of course, the teams are battling it out for that lovely prize pool, as you can see there as well. Looking pretty good, pretty decent. And, of course, well, $45 up for that first place, $30 for second, and $15 for third, as well as that 4th place. So yeah, definitely quite the interesting prize pool we've got there. It's nothing major, but still, hey, what's a little bit of money in the bank?
Yeah, I certainly can't complain about that, especially if you're out here playing this fine gaming title. I mean, you get your team together, you clamp down on a Tuesday, and you win yourself some cash. I mean, come on, it's super easy, barely an inconvenience. So really, really nice definitely something to work towards. And then, of course, you know, at the end of the day, it's not just the weekly prizes that we're working towards as well. Of course, for those of you who've been following the league, at the end of the Inkosi Super Cup, the top teams get a chance at promoting over to Umzansi, where all of the big stuff is really happening. We're talking mega prize pools. We're talking mega competition. Like, if you want to test your mettle, if you really want to give yourself a run to see if you're one of the best teams, then that is definitely the place to be. So that is also something that these teams are working towards.
Yeah, no, 100%. So yeah, quite a bit of well, quite a bit of at stake though. Rather, I was trying to go for something there, and then I was like, nah, that's nothing. But yeah, there's quite a bit at stake here today. Of course, as you mentioned, you know, those top 8 positions still being quite wide open. And of course, today is an important day because today is our last day of 2020 for Inkosi. So
that is true.
Yeah, so it's our last day for the Inkosi Super Cup for 2020. And of course, the next time you'll be seeing us casting Inkosi, we'll be sitting quite cozy over in 2021. But of course, speaking of 2021, we're about to jump straight into the match. And of course, let's see where that flight path is taking us.
Oh man, I'm never going to get tired of these segues, dude. It's just absolutely brilliant every time.
Yeah, I mean, what else are segues for?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what segues are for, but I do know what that flight path is for, and it's actually looking really, really good. I mean, look at that. That's that is super nice. These teams got to be feeling very, very comfortable on this drop. Absolutely, pretty much nowhere actually is going to be really out of reach, except maybe the military island if anyone was planning on dropping there, which nobody ever does.
Well, usually the Sparza teams drop there, but yeah, I don't think we've got Ultra 6 in this lobby. So the teams that we've got in the lobby, let's go with that one. So we've got the players from Don't You Dare, we've got Top Class, we've got Sabaweli Clan, we've got the players from Agent Esports blank, because again, it's cut off. We got Force 4, we got the Intimidators, Wave Esports, we've got, well, one of the Sparza teams here, Blue 66, I assume that is. We got Team XO3, there we go. We got Not Gaming, Kill Squad, Ultra 6. All right, so there's Ultra 6. So the team country sitting up in pole position. Then of course we got the XO Redefined team. We got Phoenix Uprising, God Gaming, and the teams whose name I'm not gonna say. But of course, it starts with the N and ends with the IR. So if I say it like that, it's all good, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, that of course being the team over here in slot 20. It's these guys, you know. And of course we got that lovely flight path on as well, shifting all the way over towards that far western side. Got a few teams in zone at the moment, and this is the team whose name will not be said.
Man, I have not laughed like that in pretty much a couple of weeks. It's been a while since I've had a good chuckle like that.
We gotta keep it PG up in here. I mean, come on, really?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go, you know, and un-PG myself. You know, maybe like, you know, I don't know. But of course, speaking of which, you know, there's quite a bit of a action happening in and across the map, as you can see here. A few teams getting pretty close. Things starting to heat up, and well, we got a few teams sitting on that eastern side. No one really just you know, really pushing in from that eastern side. But of course, looking at the west, we've got the players there near that eastern bridge. Of course, Primorsk is occupied by one team, and then we got 2 teams up here in North George, as well as that team across over in the Georgia Bull Crates, that being the players there from Not Gaming. So yeah, waiting to see where these teams are going to be rotating up into, and of course where our first little bit of aggression will be coming from. Because as you can see, as we scroll down the players list here on the side, everyone's still alive.
Yes, which is certainly a problem. You don't want everyone to be alive. That's not the name of the game. So hopefully we'll see some fights. I'm looking maybe at George. North and South look pretty pretty well populated at the moment, so maybe we'll see a couple of shots going in that direction. And then, of course, there are a few teams that are off towards the eastern side, so maybe those rotations will come in, and maybe we'll see some fighting when that happens. Otherwise, perhaps we're just going to be waiting until that next zone sort of starts to shift, and maybe even the zone after that before some real action starts to take place.
Yeah, we can always sit here just waiting for stuff to happen. We'll see how it goes, and of course, you know, hoping for that action as you mentioned, but we might actually see that now here with this team. I'm just going to call them this team for today. Yeah, if you want to know what their name is, like I said before, it's N, and it starts with the N and ends with the IR. So you can just put the two together. Yeah, that's the closest you'll get me to saying that on stream.
Right. Well, we'll keep an eye on these guys over here. We'll just see what they're doing. They're getting pretty close to some teams, and Force 4 actually going to be the first one to start things out. So at least we're already getting some shots being thrown across. Yeah,
our first sacrificial lamb, of course, just running up there, Mr. Nereus. And of course, down he goes. There we go. So Kronos finding that first hit on him. So we've got 3 players now remaining for this team. So we'll see whether or not they'll be able to put those hits in. As you can, of course, see now, Chief sending a beautiful one over there to Kronos. So he gets that knock done. And of course, well, maybe they're going to start pushing. So far, so good, though. I mean, we're seeing that early game aggression coming in from the teams. We have, you know, all these interesting plays across the board. So hopefully that is something we'll see continuing throughout the evening.
Yeah. What I'm sort of just having a look at here is that initial engagement didn't really go well for this team right here. Obviously losing that initial player, but that grenade coming off the back of what was it, Chief? Yeah, Chief. That could have potentially been, you know, an in. That could have potentially been some sort of a little doorway into a fight that could have happened there, where that team could have potentially pushed up on Force 4, maybe taken a fight, but instead they're moving back. They're not going to push the issue. So that knock ultimately is not really going to mean very much, because they're just going to res the player back up. The disengage comes out, and you find yourself at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that would have been an ideal position, or ideal time to see those teams actually pushing into that knock.
Yeah.
You know? They were only 3 players up against 4, but of course that knock just changes things up a little bit, you know, just rattle the cage. And of course, you know, we've seen that before with the teams, they get that knock in and then they, you know, aggression ensues right on the tail of that end. So yeah, you know, we'll see how it goes. There's still a lot of potential here, and of course, as you can see, a lot of teams actually starting to make their way on up in towards the zone.
Yeah, so we're just going to wait for that to happen. All the teams going to make their way on in, get up into those positions, sit tight. As per usual, nothing really crazy happening. We did see a little bit of engagements up to the top, up to the north of the zone, but ultimately, other than that, nothing crazy. You have some teams lagging behind in the blue zone at the moment as that is moving in. But of course, as you know, doesn't do too much damage just yet. So everything's, everything's pretty much A-okay for all the teams. They're just, they're just going to get themselves ready for what is sure to be at least a very interesting late game, considering that just judging by what we're seeing and then how the players are making sure to just take this slow, we'll probably see a lot of them make it up in towards mid to late game. And that's when we'll probably see the team start to really have to be forced to fight. That's just, you know, it's just how it works.
Yeah, we've got some teams already now moving in, you know, securing those positions within the zone. So, well, we might even see a little bit of contention coming in over here towards Primorsk, as the players there from God Gaming are, they're pretty close. They're pretty close. I don't know if they're going to rotate up into Primorsk, because that would definitely be quite interesting to see what, you know, Ultra 6 is going to be doing with that one. And as I mentioned before, Ultra 6 at the moment sitting right at the top of that leaderboard. So, yeah. This, well, they don't have much to worry about. They can actually just, you know, take it easy. Because they also have quite a bit of a lead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's quite true. You know, it's always a question of, you know, sort of balancing. We always see this when the teams are in a position that sort of makes them have to make that decision. Do they want to push do they want to make that lead bigger and bigger? Do they want to sort of make that gap larger so it's more difficult to come up on them? Or is that gap sort of satisfactory enough they can sort of sit back and take a minimum amount of points every time? So for instance, let's say they hold back and they place like top 5, maybe top 3, more consistently every time. They get some points for placements, maybe a kill here and there, and that's enough to just make sure that they stay in the lead.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely see how that one goes, but of course now we've got a few players now starting to succumb to that zone, and of course quite an interesting rotation coming in here from that eastern side of zone. As you can see, the players there all making their way on in, so that of course being the players there from XO Redefined. We've got Agent Blank as well as the players there from Blue 66. So yeah, let's see, will we have any engagements happening on that front? We've got Phoenix also now on the approach. They're making their way in as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this next zone, seeing where the teams are going to be pushing on up into, and of course also where that zone is going to be taking us.
Yeah, it is certainly going to be interesting because right now things have been very, very tame. The flight path, super tame, very nice, very easy for the teams. And the zone doing the same thing pretty much. Sure, it went towards the west very quickly, but I mean, we found ourselves, just getting small. I mean, once the teams rotated into that original zone, the next zone pretty much in the same spot, just slightly smaller. And the teams just have to move in a little bit. So right now it's looking quite comfy. And we're really just waiting for some fights to start in earnest. Looks like on the side here we've got some good clustering, a couple of shots going towards Wookiee at least. So the fights now just starting to break out here and there.
Yeah, we're seeing quite a bit of engagement actually now coming in here from the players there. Phoenix just pushing up super aggressively, and of course now Eraser, very close to getting erased off of this map. So let's see whether or not he'll be doing any erasing or if he'll be the one to be erased. So, the answer is he is the erasee.
Yeah, that is unfortunately the circumstance that he finds himself in, but fortunately for us, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some action. We're looking for some teams to get sent on back to that lobby, and well, the first of many indeed. So
yeah.
Now we're just gonna wait. It's actually, we've got a very interesting setup here. We've got quite a number of teams in the north. We've got a couple in there towards the east as well, and then a few down towards the sort of southwest. So we've got sort of like zones where the teams are clustered at the moment, where the fights are likely to break out.
Yeah, they're moving in waves, like or waves or herds. Let's go with herds. Herds sounds better. But of course now, just waiting to see what is going to happen here between the players from XO Redefined and these players here from Agent Esports Blank. So, yeah, well, if anyone knows what Agent's full name is, please tell me in chat. I would really appreciate that, then I can stop calling them Blank. But until then, we shall keep it on Blank, because it is what it is. We got 13 teams, 47 players remaining, and of course, as you can see now, everyone's starting to make their way in still towards the zone. We have a few players just holding up in that blue zone, that of course being the players there from that team, and then of course the team from Phoenix also on the approach coming in from this far eastern side. And well, we're about to see where this next blue zone is going to be taking us. In fact, it had just shifted up. There we go. So it's moving down in towards that southeasterly corner. We have the players, of course, already situated in that zone. That being the players there from Don't You Dare. So, well, we'll see who else is going to try and dare rotate up into that position, because this is going to be a fairly tricky one. There's only a few compounds, of course. Quite a bit of that being situated over towards that Ferry Pier side. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a battle of the compounds happening in this round.
Yeah, we certainly could be seeing that. And the other thing that we're seeing is Phoenix putting some shots in at the moment, running on up. And as you can see, they're putting the hits in towards Agent. Lots of good shots. And it looks like they might just be sitting quite worse where they have one player remaining for them. No, definitely not. Well, they have one player remaining for them, and it's literally one player.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one. Let's see, will this one be able to escape? He only has one try.
Yeah, well, looks like he's doing. It looks like he's doing pretty decently. But
yeah, so far so good. I mean, but we also see that the team also just up ahead there, that being the XO Redefined, So we might see a few shots flying up, you know, and then this one will be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah. Maybe. All the teams are now moving in. Of course, we have 13 of them, as you can see, moving in towards the zone. Still relatively large, but it's only going to get smaller from here. And we know after this zone, we're pretty much stuck in towards that mid game, moving on into the late game. And this is where we usually see a lot of those teams going out. So, yeah, I expect to see some fights pretty soon.
Yeah, 100%. So let's see. Are the players here from EXO going to take these engagements with Phoenix as they're now just rolling up in towards the zone? I mean, so many opportunities have presented themselves right there. Come on, Anish. Take that initiative and put those shots in. No, not today. Not this round. Oh, well, there we go. So the remainder of the teams, of course, now still making their way around. And Phoenix actually now rushing all the way up over here towards the players from Ultra 6. So we might be in for a little bit of action.
Yeah, we certainly might be. We'll have a look and see if these teams will push up into one another. Definitely looking to maybe get aggressive here, and I definitely want to see that happen. I want to see the fights going down.
Ooh.
And of course, very nice grenades getting sent across. These are very important fights as well, because it's going to start to free up the area, which is very much running out. You know, bit by bit, we're losing all that real estate. So this is a very important fight that Phoenix is taking here.
Yeah, no, and they're really putting up a fantastic performance here, just putting in the hits one after the other. Of course, we're seeing a few shots coming in here from Dark Ghost as well. So a pretty good defense here for all the players from Ultra 6. They are down to their last two hopefuls, that of course being Dopey and Dark Ghost. But another nade now being flung over. Ooh, Tiny getting that quick thirst on Lukey. So, well, let's see. Will they be able to keep up the aggression and keep on putting those hits in? Because so far, so good.
Yeah. And whoever goes out here, and somebody must go out here. If one of these teams manages to escape, it's going to be a little bit of a feels bad, man. You want to open up this area. You want to make sure you're taking a team out. You want to make things a little bit easy for yourself. So really, one of these teams needs to push up and just continue that aggression. Whether it's going to be Phoenix or not is, well, we're going to see that. But definitely, if I was either of these teams, trying to just find those final shots, get those thirsts in, and get this fight done would be super priority right now. In the meantime, of course, we've got some nice explosions coming through. Mr. One putting some hits in towards Starboy. In the meantime, we've got Phoenix trying to get some flanks going on as well. So things are definitely starting to happen around that map. And of course, the zone has shifted as well down towards the southwest. So we're going to get some serious quick rotates from a lot of the teams here, just stacking on up into the zone.
Yeah, no, 100%. So let's see. The players here from Phoenix now starting to rush in a bit by bit. Of course, both teams now just tending to their wounded, making sure everyone is in good health to take this engagement further. But of course now, we see quite a few hits coming in that kill feed. And the players here from Ultra just battling it out with Phoenix, trying to find that angle, trying to find the approach, and of course get that entrance into the compound. You can see Azar and, well, Tiny just downstairs. Up they come, moving in bit by bit, trying to clear that floor as they move about. So we'll see whether or not they are able to successfully breach the compound all the way up onto that first story. The players here from Ultra, of course, now, well, they've got a little bit at stake. You know, not that they have too much to worry about, but of course... Oh, the hits are still just flying in. Ash now just moving up to the staircase, starting to put those hits in towards Phoenix. Up they come, rushing in towards him. Oh, beautiful play. Oh, down he goes. So Dark goes now quickly just tending to Dopey there, trying to get that res in on time. But of course now we'll see whether or not the players here from Phoenix are going to push on in and get this wipe. Or will we see the players here from Ultra being able to hold on to their position and continue with the onslaught? Oh, the hits keep on coming. One down, one to go. One player alive per side. So Dopey now quickly just healing up. Let's see. Will he try and wrap this one up? Oh, quite a quick hit in on Phoenix.
Yeah, this is a tight fight coming out right now. And Dopey now in a really bad spot, managing to survive for the time being and actually... running straight on up and ending the fight by taking down Bumblebee. And well, that was just such a close fight right there. Could have gone either way, but that clutch play coming in from Dopey after being rezzed. He just jumps straight out the window, gets himself back to full health, and then rushes back on in to find that final one. So yeah, there we go. That was a nice fight. Hopefully we see a couple more.
Yeah, we'll definitely be seeing some more of that. And you can see the players there from Don't You Dare now putting a few shots in towards the players there from Force 4. Well, Mr. One here, he is the one out in the blue zone, just trying to make his way on up in towards the zone, just manages to find his place. But of course, it is now really starting to heat up as all these players are starting to move in. You can see those rotations now already happening as the teams make their way on up towards that zone. You're going to see those hits coming in. We've got 10 teams remaining, 30 players, well, 29 now, if, well, we don't stop these shots going off. So there we go, there we have it, some great shots now once again coming in there from top class. So some top class action happening all across the board here.
Yeah, certainly is. We got now 400-meter zone. Things are looking very, very tight here for these teams. 10 teams remaining, with 29 players here. And already we've got 3 teams who've made it up in towards that zone. We've got, well, almost 4, but teams moving in from the South. Force 4 still taking that fight with Don't You Dare. So already they are fighting for that real estate at the moment. Things not looking easy.
Yeah, no, definitely quite a few difficult fights happening all across the board. You can see just the hits lighting it up in that kill feed. Of course, some beautiful third-party shots now coming in across the board, and the players actually off in the distance here. This being the team here from, well, this is top class. They're putting in quite a few shots in all directions, just trying to find those angles. But of course now you can see the players there from Don't You Dare just off in distance. They've already taken quite a bit of damage. So let's see, will they be able to make this one up? Force 4 also seems to be on their last play. So many hits in fact now. Well, no, they're not. Sorry, there's another one off on the edge. But so many hits now flying up. And of course we have a little bit of action also brewing just up here. Right behind us up in this northern corner of the circle.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how this corner of the circle fares. Definitely going to be quite a difficult one. We're finding ourselves in a position where we've got little hillocks and hay bales to work with for cover. And of course those smoke grenades coming on down and the shots flying through as well. Everyone trying to secure their spot, trying to make sure that they're good to go, but there can only be one at the end of the day. We're going to see who that is. You can see in the kill feed there, just absolutely lighting up.
Yeah, no, this is definitely proving to be quite the challenging round. Of course, now Kronos, one of the 3 remaining players here for Force 4. So let's see if he'll be able to find any of those hits. We got the players here, of course, now from that team making their way around, just creeping up and about that zone. Down goes one. So eventually the shots being found right over towards his direction. We got the players here from Sabaweli, of course, down on their last hopeful. This being IBZ or IBZ, depending on where you are.
Or Ibs.
Yeah, Ibs. So everyone now just, you know, popping in to that prone position. Oh, there we go. Hisham telling me that it's Agent Esports Punishers. There we go. Thank you so much for that. Now I know. I don't have to call them blank anymore. But, yeah. A lot of teams though. Well, not a lot, but I mean a lot of players. Sorry, went for the wrong one. 7 teams remaining, 19 players moving up into a zone, which is absolutely minuscule. So it's going to be interesting to see where they're going to be trying it to rotate on up into. So many shots now, still just finding their place all over this map. So many hits. Let's see. Are we going to see any of that action?
Yeah, this is a tight one. We've got 200 meters at the moment. All the teams are now crawling up through the fields, trying to squeeze into the zone. We've got 7 of them. 7 teams trying to slot into this, as you can see. Not Gaming Squad, or what is that? Which team is that? I don't even see that guy. It's that, I don't know. They just put a grenade straight on in there. So Dixon gonna find Mr.
God Gaming.
Mr. Jigger.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then of course we got Icarus over here. Let's see, will Icarus be victorious in his attempt to make it up in towards that zone in one piece? So many shots now just flying across there from top class, actually. You can see them just off in the distance. They're just putting those hits into the players there from Force 4. So many hits just coming in from all directions. a lot of action, and that is of course what we enjoy seeing. Well, 13 players still remain in this round. As you can see, those hits now just coming in there from Icarus, but of course down he goes. The players there from God Gaming finding those hits. The team here from Top Class also just holding up on this far eastern side of the zone. No one really too close to put them in any immediate danger. But we are down to 5 teams, that being the players there from Top Class. We got Force 4, we got Sabaweli Clan, we have the players of course also from Kill Squad, and then the team from God Gaming.
Yeah, and Kill Squad and God Gaming are the only ones who have those maximum numbers. Force 4 only got 1, Sabaweli only have 1, and then of course Top Class have 2. So their numbers are looking a little bit shaky at the moment. So of course they're not counted down and out just yet. They could still do pretty big things, but well, we're gonna have to see if they can make it happen here against overwhelming odds.
Yeah, and of course that zone shifting up now once again, heading straight over towards the players there, as you can see off in the distance, that being the team there from Kill Squad. So yeah, waiting to see how they're going to be defending their current position in the zone, as we still need to try and squeeze in a few more players. And yeah, I think it might be quite challenging for everyone to find a spot.
Yeah, it absolutely is going to be just that. It's going to be very, very challenging to try and find your spot at this stage in the game. You just have to go for those kills, and there it is, God Gaming doing exactly that, putting the kills on in Force 4, feeling the pain, and getting sent back into the lobby. Now we still have Ibs from Sabaweli puts the shots going in towards Top Class at the moment. They're trying to outperform them, but they will find only Pain Murderer, the last one left here, trying to survive for the team. Is he going to be able to make it? We will find out pretty soon. Everyone has their attention drawn towards him. Everyone's trying to put those hits across, of course. We still have those 2 teams sitting on their maximum player count at the moment, which is pretty scary.
Yeah, and of course we just saw the players there from God Gaming creeping right on up into one of the opposing players there, that being from Force 4. So yeah, it is definitely starting to light up bit by bit, as everyone is now just trying to inch their way forward, find their spot. As you can see, the players here from Sabaweli now trying to find the few hits, of course, over towards Kill Squad, who's moving up in pretty decent numbers, as you've mentioned before. But of course now 4 teams remaining, 10 players. Ooh, PUBG winner now on the move, finds that quick nade over towards Dixon. Let's see, will he find one over to Ibs or ABZ or, well, whatever, this player. Let's see if he'll be able to find this. It's just another one moving up right there from behind from God Gaming. So let's see, the blue zone is on the approach. He finds that hit, off it goes. Right now, Kill Squad down to 2 players. Ooh, so many mollies, in fact, now just there. And of course, God Gaming finding that next hit, sends it right into them. As you can see, the players here from Kill Squad taking quite a bit of damage in the process, as they all are trying to find their way, trying to squeeze into the zone. And we are left with our final 2 teams. Silent now being the last hopeful for God Gaming.
Yeah, things looking very difficult here, quite tough. Can Silo make it happen here against the remaining players? I believe it's Adil and Mello with the last 2 here, just moving up, looking for any sort of inclinations to where Silent is. Silent might just be able to make a quick dash towards Pablo, maybe get a res in, but it's going to be difficult. The smokes have been popped, but there we go. Shots coming through, the Thirst secures it, and now Silent is very much alone in trying to clutch this one out. Yeah,
1v3 is a really tough one to be in, but let's see, maybe he'll be able to outlast it, not unless those shots find him like they do now. Puts a beautiful shot into Mello. Ooh, but gets up and down he goes. So, well, a beautiful play coming in there from the Kill Squad, managing to rake in that chicken dinner. Of course, 7 kills alongside that. God Gaming finishing up in 2nd place, managing to get themselves a lovely 9 kills for this round. Sabaweli, of course, finishing with 4 kills in 3rd place. We got the team there from Top Class finishing up with 4 kills in 4th place. Force 4 in 5th, finishing it up with 2. Then, of course, we got that team over there in slot 6 coming in with 3 kills. We got the players from XO wrapping it up with 1 kill in 7th place. We got the team there from Don't You Dare coming in 8th place with 1 kill. Agent finishing it off in 9th place. with, is that 1 kill? Yes, 1 kill to them. We got the players from Not Gaming, of course, now also finishing it up with 2 in 10th place. We got one of the Spaza teams there with 4 kills in 11th. We got Phoenix in 12th place. Also then, whoa, well, that looks pretty impressive. 8 kills to Phoenix, well done. We got the other XO team finishing up with 13th place with 1 kill. And then, well, our last team there from Spaza going back to that lobby first in 14th place, empty-handed. But of course, well, that is only our first round. So the top teams from the different lobbies will be making their way on up into our final 3 matches of the evening. And of course, well, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to be happening. We've got 4 lobbies again for today.
Yeah, very nice. It's always nice to have that competition. You know, the signups have been great. All the teams coming together, you know, just showing their mettle, raising that bar as per usual. And it's really good to see the old bucket churning out some new teams, getting some you know, new top dogs to try and challenge what we've got going in the promotion relegations that are, you know, on their way. So yeah, it's good to see. And of course, now with the group stages over, we'll have the top performing teams from today go into the next 3 rounds to fight it out and see who is the best amongst them for the week.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, just a quick reminder, this is our schedule there for the day. As you can see, we've got the matches there. So our first one just finished, that group match. So we're moving up into our final, the first round of our finals there, which will be starting over at 8 o'clock SASD. So don't go anywhere. Don't miss anything. And of course, we'll be right back with that, well, as soon as the match gets underway. So see you guys back again at 8 o'clock. Don't go anywhere. And, well, yeah, see you in a bit.
Victory's on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not backing down on what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. We're not backing down on what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. I'm just calling to say
the Vegas.
Oh, darling, if I had bought you flowers, would you still be here by my side? Yeah, I thought this moment could be ours. While I'm walking lonely through the night, you can break my bones, break all the promises, but leave me alone. Don't break my heart. You should fucking stay with him. You should fucking stay with him.
They was sleeping, they was snooze on me. I was dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me? I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. I want percentage, yeah. Put you in your mind like fuck your dinners, yeah. You never had a chance like an abortion. Broken, you don't wanna play with me, this forfeit. Oh shit, took it to a place that never thought he could. Now the lone wolf is hounding up in Bollywood. Now I got some confidence, they call me cocky. Like you fucking tiger in the eye, I feel like Rocky. I am up.
Yeah. MD, JPB. It's only right, baby.
Yeah, why you mad? I got a bag, bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stubbed, that's a fact, yo. And if you think I'm frontin', you can run it back, yo. Go on, run it back. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. You know. I said, damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, let's go. Look. I told Shorty drop it for a real one. Go ahead and pop it, let me feel some. Do it for the boy with a bag now. Movie star money making everybody act out. I don't lie to these women, if I want them, then I tell them. Don't get fly for these women, I was born with these propellers. All my haters cannot beat me, so I call them acapellas. See, I'm only getting better, you only get jealous. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. You know, I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. MD, JPB. You already know, baby.
just turn around and leave me. The tear in my eye drops on the floor alongside my speed. My knees are drenching in the blood I feel just to get in. When I look around me, everything I had went up in flames. My lonely way. When I look around me, everything I had went up in flames. My lonely way. I never pray to God anymore. I'd rather no one hurt me. Redemption, I have waited for you to come and drown all my sin. My knees are drenching in the blood I feel just to get in. When I look around me, everything I had went up in flames. Everything I had went up in flames. My lonely way.
I'm cutting dice. Look at these eyes. They're not here to please you. There was a time you could be mine before all that you put me through. I knew that you were trouble, but I let that you were bad. I'm living in this bubble and it makes you so mad. You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, 'cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, 'cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, 'cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, 'cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. you to come over. I wish that you would come and give me something to prove. Won't you pull me closer? I think that I'm obsessed with everything that you do. I'm waiting shouldn't say this. I probably should erase it. I probably shouldn't say this. I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do, I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do, call me a fan. I'm living, give me your hand. I'm in it, yeah. I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do. We've been making magic, and sometimes I get nervous, but too good to believe. I don't know how it happened, but baby, I'm ecstatic that you're sticking with me. I'm waiting, trying to be patient. You look like a painting. It's so frustrating. I hate it, yeah. I probably shouldn't say this. I probably should erase it. I probably shouldn't say this. I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do, I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do, call me a fan. I'm living, give me your hand. I'm in it, yeah. I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do. I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do, I wanna be with you. If that's the last thing that I could do.
I've got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody. And you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Jungle of love. We're running in the jungle of love. Listen to my conditions, I got you on my mind. You were stuck in my head and I don't know why. We gotta be.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so hoping everyone's feeling all awake and ready to go.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm sure everyone that is watching right now absolutely awake and ready to go. Definitely, nobody right here in this camp is snoozing right now. Everyone's super awake and ready to get into this. And yeah, dude, I must say I'm definitely super awake and ready to get into this. So yeah.
Yeah, so for those of you that are a little bit confused, during our lovely short break that we were having, you know, Mr. Batsy was catching up on some Z's in the background there. So
no
I was
proof.
hoping that he didn't respond in time so I could switch to the cam, and then Batsy is just, you know, lying over there. That would have been so funny. But anyway, of course, well, we are getting into our first few matches, well, of our final round here today. As you can see, of course, that schedule there. We're heading into our first match, which will be followed by our second and third map, all of which, of course, happening on the Erangel map. And, well, the teams are playing it out for that nice total prize of $105, which is of course split up. $45 for first place, $30 for second place, and of course $15 for third and fourth place. So yeah, definitely a nice little reward there for the teams. And of course the main focus is to make it on over that's what happens if you say up and over at the same time. To make it on over towards our promotion relegation section, which of course will be happening over in 2021. So yeah, today is of course our last day of 2020 for the Inkosi Super Cup, our final week, and then, well, we will be wrapping it up next year with our final 2 days, or 2 weeks rather, of the Inkosi Super Cup. And after that, we'll of course be moving into that promotion relegation stage. So yeah, we're about to jump into this lobby and see what the teams are going to be giving us for this round. And of course, the teams that we have moving up in towards this next one, if I don't get blinded by my own light here, is, well, the players there from Team Angry. We've got No Fear, 7 Deadly Sins, Stark Esports. We've got Skuku Esports. We've got the African Renegades, Yala, EN, right? Elite FX, Moz Tactical, the Uso Crimson team. We've got God Gaming, Sabaweri Clan, Top Classic, Top Class, I can't read, Force 4, Kill Squad, Destiny, Active Gaming, Rain from Hell, Black Clover, and then of course Jinx Gaming. So yeah, a pretty interesting representation that we have here today. You know, just looking at all these maps, we've got, you know, South African teams in here, we've got Mauritian teams, we've got teams from Tanzania, we got Nigeria, we have Kenya in the mix. We also have the players there from Top Class coming all the way from Somalia. So yeah, definitely a very interesting one. We've got Zambia in the mix as well, Nigeria, which I've already said. But of course, yeah, it's great to see that we are getting more teams in from, you know, territories across the African continent.
Yeah, their representation looking real nice, looking real good. We're seeing teams coming out from all over the place, which is super, super cool. Hopefully we'll see some more teams moving up in the future. Of course, we still have some games here for tonight, but man, it's kind of weird that this is the last set of games that we're really going to be having for this year, man. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
We're like on the cusp of 2021, but it really doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, well, of course, you know, new year, fresh start, and hopefully things will not go as it did over in 2020, which was, of course, a very interesting year. You all can draw your own conclusions out of that one. I'm pretty sure that was pretty much the case across the board. But yeah, we are about to get into our first game here for the finals. And of course, well, let's jump on over and have a quick look at, you know, all the teams and the map and, you know, the usual stuffs. So as you can see there, you know, there's our usual stuffs right there. We got 78 players in the lobby. And of course, a nice team count there as well. And it seems like everyone is present, so we're definitely going to have a super action-packed map, of course. So I'm super excited, waiting to see where this flight path is going to be taking us, and of course where that first zone is going to be. We saw a fairly decent zone, of course, in the previous round, all the way over towards that western side, ending up right there in, we'll call it the cornfields. Not that it's really a cornfield, but, you know, out there in the quite barren, exposed regions in between Gatka, Pachinki, and Quarry. You know, that's like our new Bermuda Triangle, I guess. The Wrangle Triangle.
That works.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. All right. I respect that. That looks cool. All right. A Wrangle Triangle it is. We'll see if the zone decides to go there once again. We haven't actually seen a zone sort of go in that particular spot for a while. We've gotten some very interesting zones recently, but of course, it's always a chance that we can get some crazy stuff moving up into this one. Of course, that flight path now coming through, and once again, actually, not too bad.
Yeah, fairly decent flight path there, if I might add so. But of course, now we're waiting to see where the teams are going to be dropping. So what's interesting to see about this lobby is some of the teams we have sitting at the top of our main leaderboard, we don't see them in this lobby. Yeah. You know, we saw them in the previous lobby, but they're not in this one. So definitely interesting to see, you know, and I'm quite keen on how these teams are going to be performing. Who's going to get that, you know, get those chickens? Will we see a team come in clutching 3 chickens in a row? Or will we have 3 different winners for each round? You know, Might we see some double digit kill counts coming in? I don't know. We'll see. But of course, you know, we're just waiting to see where everyone's going to be jumping, and of course, hoping that we're going to find some of that early game action coming through as well.
Yeah, that is actually a really interesting question. I mean, out of all this, all the teams sitting in this lobby at the moment, I really can't say who I'm expecting to really find themselves towards the top. I think that question that you asked there, a really good one. You know, are we going to see a team find themselves towards the top consistently over the next few matches, or is it going to be a different team every round? We are about to find out. Of course, all the teams now heading on towards the map, getting ready to set themselves up in the zone. Actually, kind of similar to the previous one.
Yeah, very similar map here. I think the previous one that we had was maybe a little bit more over towards the western side. You know, this one is slightly more towards the central portion, but of course only slightly. So yeah, we've got a nice concentration of teams, of course, jumping very close together. I think our first few shots we might see, or a little bit of action, of course, here is with the Power Rangers making their run around here. Mr. Skittles. Let's see. Well, they are getting chased already as the players here start moving in. That being the players there from Stark. So the whole squad here from Jinx just jumping out of the way. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
In a way, I kind of hope that that Chris runs over someone. That'd be super funny to watch.
Yeah, this is already a kind of a little bit of funny to watch as Chris really trying to get those squashes down, trying to find those players from Jinx going left and right, but they're just able to jump out of the way. Really, it is, well, it's a little bit of PUBG cow tipping coming out here. Finally, they're going to find a vehicle of their own and jump on up into there and just dash on off into the distance.
Yeah, well, so our first little bit of almost action as the teams now resort to a little bit of a, you know, PUBG theft auto, trying to get those hits in. Of course, nothing wrong with a bit of an alternative method to get those kills going. So let's see, a lot of chasing now happening, hoping they pull up, and it seems like the players might actually be heading over towards, you know, over towards the mansion. So that could be quite interesting, and of course, if they make that approach in there successfully, you know, that might be quite beneficial for the Jinx team. So let's see. Yep, they're about to move in. We've got a few teams, of course, also situated just a little bit further towards the north, up in up in Yasnaya. So oh yeah, there we go. What? What even is happening? Oh man, that's just hilarious. That's absolutely funny. But of course, now let's get back into the serious business. As you can see, the players that I mentioned up here in Yasnaya, this of course being the players there from No Fear, alongside the team from Uso Crimson, and then also over towards the north there we've got the players from Elite FX. So yeah, some nice potential. Yeah, hoping the teams are going to take these engagements and start pushing on each other. We'll find out, of course, soon enough what and how that will unfold. But yeah, 20 teams still alive, a few of them of course getting squished in the process. So let's see, will Atrox be able to put any of those hits in towards the players here from the Elite as they now move up? Ooh, that was an easy one, almost served on a silver platter right there.
Easy peasy. Free kills. Yeah. I mean, you gotta take those when they come your way, for sure. You know, if an opportunity presents itself, you just gotta grab it and squeeze it and hope that you get as many kills as possible out of it. So yeah, it looks like they're sandwiched in between two teams at the moment, which could of course mean that it's a pretty difficult situation, but some kills get handed to them on a silver platter, and well, as I said, you gotta take those.
Yeah, of course, right up ahead there, as mentioned before, that being the players there from Uso Crimson. So just waiting now to see whether or not they're going to take this engagement. There's quite a bit of potential there. You know, if the players here play this one well, then No Fear can really put quite a bit of damage in towards Uso Crimson. So just waiting to see how that one is going to be going. But of course, let's move on to the rest of the map. As you can see, we've got quite a few teams actually now, you know, making their way around that zone. we could potentially see some of them, of course, pushing up in towards that centralized portion. Got a few teams, one player now getting it taken down there in the process. Ooh, that of course being the players from, well, the kill squad. I think it is. What's that kill squad? Yeah. Two of the players from kill squad getting taken out. And they had such a good start in the previous round.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. You know, you win some, you lose some, you get squished in some, and well, some you have a good start and some you don't. Well, it's just the nature of the game. And of course, at the moment, we're having a look at some of the players just moving on past Soldado, just streaming down the highway on his motorbike, moving at some top speeds at the moment, as the rest of his team is quite far ahead, but he's got a lot of distance to cover and quite a number of teams in between him and the rest of the team. You can see a lot of teams actually already inside that zone, already just set up across the entire region, just sort of spread out all across the way, which is going to be quite interesting to see, because now, depending on where the zone goes, the rotations might be a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, and of course, so many points where you could see quite a bit of confrontations breaking out between the teams. This whole middle section of the map here, as you can see, the teams almost lining up in single file there, just spreading themselves up. We have a nice position, of course, there in between School and Rozak as well, with a nice concentration there of teams. But of course, here comes the players from top class, making their way, pushing right into, well, right next to the players rather there. That being the team from the African Renegades. And of course, the shots now starting to fly all across the map as top class now are just trying to defend the players right there. Ooh, let's see, will Madara be able to find these hits in on the Renegades?
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Some grenades are heading in his way, but he's sending them right on back towards the Renegades. We'll see if it hits in the meantime. Lots of damage being done. You can see BTS pretty low on health, has to retreat, and now he's actually being chased as well. So Denny, of course, being a little bit aggressive now, running on up back and forth between the houses here, just showing face but not pushing all the way just yet. It's now the Renegades trying to turn tail and just run straight out of that spot, moving from house to house and trying to get themselves away. We'll see if they can successfully evacuate from the situation. Those smoke grenades just getting popped to obscure that vision, make sure they have a little bit of extra room to move, and it looks like they might just have successfully escaped.
Yeah, no, it really does look that way. And of course now with quite a few shots being exchanged here over towards School and the Rozak areas. You can see the players here from Savaweli now just making their way across as well, just trying to get out. We got the players there just up ahead, that being the team from Team Angry, next to the players here from Uso. So we're keeping a watchful eye on. We saw that first few hits coming in from Angry. So let's see now, will they be able to continue this push and get any more hits in?
Well, we will find out sooner or later, should I say. Certainly will come out. We still have plenty of teams on the board, though. Lots of teams, 20 teams. So that's the maximum number that we came in with. So there's still a lot of work to be done. I want to see some more fights. I want to see some knocks. I want to see some teams going out, because we can't have 20 teams moving in. We're about to move in towards our third zone, and by the time we get to 3 or 4, I want to make some teams, you know, head back. I don't want to see all 20 in there. I want to see a couple of teams headed back to the lobby. I want to see some fights. I want to see some pressure. I want to see teams taking advantage of the situation. We've got a lot of teams inside that zone, which means hopefully they should be getting a little bit active. You know, there's a good opportunity to make things happen.
Yeah, no, definitely is. And you know, the rotations are starting to come in, but of course, well, we'll see how aggressive these teams are going to be getting. We still have all 20 teams still alive. Everyone is still in the lobby. So yeah, let's see. Hoping to see this aggression, as well, that timer is not stopping for anyone, and of course that zone also not staying open for anyone. So, well, yeah, just waiting to see where these hits are going to be coming from.
Yeah, indeed, we are waiting to see where the hits are going to be coming from. We'll see, because right now, of course, that zone getting slightly smaller. The shots are flying here and there. You can see in that kill feed, just here and there, those shots are indeed landing. And right on your screen here, of course, you can see the pushes happening as well. So let's see how this one pans out. It's going to be quite an interesting one, playing around the wall here. Cloud taking a lot of damage. There we go. Those are the hits that I was waiting for.
Yeah, there we go, sending them right back. That, of course, being the players there from Skuku, sending, well, the opposing team right back into the lobby. That, of course, being the players there from Active Gaming. So, yeah, well done, well played. There we go, thinning out the herd bit by bit. The first team to get sent back, being Active. So, well, yeah, 18 more teams to go, because only one team can win this.
Yeah. Indeed, only one team can come away with that chicken. Of course, in these 3 matches, we're going to have 3 teams walk away with the chicken over the course of the evening. And who the team is going to be is the question that we're going to have answered here at the moment. That's what the teams are fighting for right here. And you can see Mr. Law going to be taking some damage there, trying to get some hits around the corner, but it will not come true for him. Down he goes, and well, it looks like the rest of the team is pretty far away.
Yeah, this is the players here from Rain from Hell, and of course, well, they've left their teammate behind, stranded him right there near the bridge, and of course rotated up in towards Ruins. So everyone's still trying to make their way around. We haven't really seen, you know, the players holding up aggressively, aside from the 2 teams that we see right there in the central portion of the zone, you know, the players there from Top Class and African Renegades. So they're really holding that position, but of course now we're waiting to see where this next zone is going to be taking us. You can see the teams already starting to anticipate where that shift is going to be going, and it heads on over towards the western side. Ooh, this is where it is definitely going to start lighting up. You can see so many teams on their way on up towards that zone. And of course, the Black Clovers now just rushing in over towards the players here from Elite.
Yeah, this is a difficult situation that we find ourselves in here. We didn't see early action, which means the action starts right now and it doesn't stop, because all the teams trying to move into a zone in the southwest makes it super difficult. Everyone just streaming inside, trying to cram themselves inside the zone. And man, there is just they're going to run out of space really quickly. So these teams, they are just going to be absolutely bathing in blood by the end of this one.
Ooh, Narcos, a little bit slow with their action there, but of course, you know, still trying to get those hits in. Well, everything is up to High now, so let's see if High will be able to get it all the way through, get that clutch going. It seems like there's only one player still remaining, but of course also now the players from Angry are moving in towards that southwesterly side. So it's definitely starting to heat up as everyone is trying to cram themselves into the zone. And once again, we see quite a few players coming up from this eastern side. So I think the teams on this eastern edge, of course, are going to have quite a tough time defending that position. You know, just trying to secure their angle and hold it for as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite difficult here. I mean, I can see all these engagements taking place all across the board, just inside the zone. These teams are scrambling, looking for a spot, and you can see they are just running out of it. The rotation's trying to come through, being stopped. There's a huge traffic jam of players at the moment, just set up inside the zone, man. It's going to be really difficult for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, and of course now Tesla here being one of the last remaining players for the Skuka team, just trying to outmaneuver the players there from Angry, who are now also sending numerous nades in his direction, just trying to flush him out. But of course now everyone just trying to rush, trying to find that position. You see that kill feed, of course, now also starting once again to light up. We've got a little bit of action happening all across the map. Oh, the teams are so quick. I was trying to jump over towards No Fear, but no, well, they got that hit in before I could even jump across successfully. So well done, well played. And well, we are now left with 18 teams, and of course now the players here from Sabaweli are now starting to move in. Let's see, will they get any of the hits going, as Easternini already gets knocked out in the process.
Yeah,
Trying to push on up towards Elite. It might
Most
prove to
teams.
be quite challenging. As you can see, ooh, Elite Ice now just rotating around the outside of the compound there. Gets that first in.
Very nice, very nice. Those shots just landing nice and a precise, nice like ice. Clean and cool. And now we'll see if Typical is in a bad spot and actually just going to get third partied from the top of the hill. No chance for existence. And I mean, this is pretty much the situation that I was talking about. You know, teams are going to be fighting it out. The third parties will be there. There's going to be too many teams. Just Chalka, Block, and Hashirama going to be feeling the pain as he rotates on in and gets punished. Once again, just this is going to happen time and time again as these teams are moving in the zone a whole lot smaller. And I mean, we still have 17 teams, 51 players remaining here. I mean, this is just going to be... It is not going to be fun. It is going to be everyone trying to move up and everyone just getting caught out left, right, and center.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a super tough one. We see so many hits just coming in all directions. And of course, now you've got a nice dance happening here on the southern portion of the zone. The hits now flying over towards Skuku and ooh, they find those hits. Of course, Skuku now still has one player remaining. We got the players here from Angry just moving in as well. Just coming up with a little bit of third party, but of course now X managing to find those hits. He is of course the last hopeful unless he can get that res in. We're seeing the players there from 7 Deadly Sins also now putting in several more hits across the zone. So slowly but surely the action is starting to heat up. We're seeing so many more engagements happening all over the place, and of course, well, as you can see, that kill feed is just picking up momentum as all these players are now just trying to jam themselves into the zone. Wow.
Yeah, no, we expected this chaos to happen, and now it's being delivered to us time and time again. Now those shots just flying in. You can see your boy Ben's here on screen trying to put those shots in with the DP through the window from the top of this little mountaintop here. In the meantime, that kill feed absolutely lighting up with the names of the unfortunate players who will be getting caught out left and right. Ibs amongst them. Top of Wally taking some damage. All these team numbers going to be reduced bit by bit. X taking some damage as well as Summer trying to just chill here with that PP Bison to make some hits in there. He is getting absolutely crowded from all sides, and there we go. Out he goes. Those teams now being shaved down to 12. 33 players left alive here, and of course those numbers will continue to drop.
I don't even know what that was, but okay. with that BB Bison.
Yeah. It was an unintended pause, unintentional.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard someone stutter on Bison. Beep 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 Bison. I thought you were gonna say it's like a BB gun something or whatever. It was like.
I mean, it basically is a BB gun if you really want to think about it. That BB Bison is basically a BB gun with lots and lots of BBs.
Well, which are pretty potent though. I mean.
Yeah, maybe like sharpened BBs.
Okay.
Yeah, you put enough of them into your opponent and they'll probably go down maybe. But mostly you're just tickling them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the blue zone is doing here with the players from from Hell. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All these BBs now just coming into play.
Yeah.
All right, so 11 teams remaining, 30 players still alive. Wow, that is that's a pretty tough zone. I mean, once again, we're heading up in towards those trenches.
Yes, this is always a very interesting final zone to have. Those trenches can be quite interesting. They can have a very good effect, or it can be just devastating to fight up and down there. We've seen some very interesting finishes in that particular area, and with these 11 teams and 30 players remaining, we're going to see if they can manage themselves here, as that blue zone is actually doing some serious damage now as well. In the meantime, all the teams trying to rotate on through. We've got already a couple of teams in the zone trying to make their way across towards those trenches. We'll see if they can, well, entrench themselves inside at the moment. Of course, you can see on your screen the shots and the explosions coming through as well. Was it OP going to be taken down in the meantime? Renegades also looking a little bit worse for wear.
Yeah, top class actually now just ripping it up through the trenches, sending those heads all the way across over towards those Renegades that you mentioned. So, yeah, this is a super spicy match. Just seeing everyone popping heads off. We got on the opposite end, on the other trench, we've got the players there from top class also now just battling it out with Angry. So yeah, seeing some great shots coming in across the board. Oh man.
Oh. Yeah, trench fighting this is fun.
Yeah. No, I don't know if that nade was intentional, whether he threw it himself or whether it came in from an opposing team. But man, that would have been funny had that one, you know, gone to the wrong side. Yeah. I've always waited for someone to throw a grenade instead of a smoke.
Yeah, I think that probably was from the enemy there. I saw a couple more grenades going off in that direction, so there's a bit of pressure being put on. You can see skills. You know someone's down there, although hasn't seen them rotate off just yet. And of course in the kill feed there, still plenty of teams and players just hitting one another, sending one another back to the lobby bit by bit. We have actually already our top 10 teams as well remaining.
Yeah, no, this map is definitely starting to pick up speed, and I think we found the culprit who was sending those nades across. But of course now, well, the players here from No Fear getting hit pretty hard, suffering quite a few casualties in the process, and of course now just scanning the area. They're trying to find any other more hits they can find.
Yeah, and the one thing that I noticed as well, we've got quite a lot of stragglers. High for the Black Clovers, we've got Argus for Rain from Hell, we've got Adil from that team, that one there, in team slot 19. And then we've got Nakash, yeah, from team that one there, in team 9. So, I mean, there's a lot of stragglers is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, very, very precise call-outs coming in right there. I know exactly who you are talking about, and I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching also has, you know, everyone, yeah, we know exactly who you're referring to.
Yeah, exactly. Accurate descriptions, 100.
Yes, that was like spot on, you know, like without a doubt. Yeah, if you tell me that player, I would know exactly who you're referring to. So well done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm here all day.
Yes, sir. Well, you better be. Oh, there we go. So we got a few rotations now coming in as Destiny starts rushing on up. They are down to their last hopeful, taking a bit of damage in the 7 deadly sins, just ripping it up. I think that was a bit of gluttony coming in right there.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to see those names though. Ooh, Angry actually putting in a few hits here as well. Wow, everyone's just ripping this lobby up. I mean, there's so much action happening all over the place. Having a hard time keeping up with all of it. But that's good. I mean, wow. You know, that is what we've been waiting for. Waiting to see those hits. Ooh, there we go. Top class action coming in right there.
Yeah, and I mean, now we're left with our 5 remaining teams, one of them playing up the trenches. We've got one hold up in the compound. We've got Godless crawling through the field. So, you know, we've got our sort of setup here for the final zone. 4 remaining teams there that I just called out. Of course, Angry, 7 Deadly Sins, and of course, Top Class there. And then Godless just, you know, crawling through the fields, and we'll see how long he lasts. It's very low on HP, and nowhere to turn in the meantime. 7 Deadly Sins, of course, not putting the hits in as Top Class is right up in their grill, and they will get taken out. Soldado finding himself down. The rest of his teammates have to rush up to try and help him, but they are very far away, so of course the Thirst's immediately coming through. And, well, Top Class might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yep, no, as you can see, they're taking quite a bit of damage here. So they've got 2 players remaining. 4 teams now make it up in towards this final zone. As you can see, the nades now flying across here from Top Class. You got that lovely crate coming in as well, just teasing all the players right there on the edge. But of course, I don't think we're going to see anyone really trying to go for that, as well, there's so many angles to keep covered, and you can see all these nades now flying up here towards Madara. So that zone also now having shifted up once again. Madara needs to try and make it up to that zone. We could see Denny, of course, now already making their way around through the trenches, trying to head on up. That blue zone about to close in within the next 25 seconds or so. Whoops, going the wrong way. But we also have the last remaining player here from Destiny, trying to sneak their way around. So let's see.
I always love listening to you pronounce names from Naruto. It's great, absolutely wonderful. From Akatsuki to Madara, we've got some really nice pronunciations coming out from DK.
Yeah.
Always keeping us, nice and fresh. We don't want
And
none of
cringe.
that generic pronunciations. No. We want those DK pronunciations. And well, up comes King looking for some hits in towards potentially Angry, or maybe he's spotted out Godless, but in the meantime, of course, Seven Deadly Sins now in a bit of a difficult spot. They're trying to rotate up in towards that zone, keep themselves good to go. Of course, the same is true from Top Class. And, well, Angry are feeling pretty good. They've got control here of the Trench, which has given them some a pretty good presence around the map. There's grenades being tossed back and forth, some smokes being popped. And still, we have our 4 teams remaining. Godless might just be able to do something here if Seven Deadly Sins decides to rotate up to try and take on Angry.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely see what happens. But of course, Top Class slowly but surely also just holding on right on that far edge of zone. Just picking off the players from Seven Deadly Sins as they try and move up. M4 being super low on health. And of course, down they go. Angry just ripping those hits straight through them, sending them into that lobby. So let's see, will Godless be able to sneak on up towards Angry and find any of those hits? Ooh, aimbot just stands up. Gets those hits going all the way through. And now we are down to our final 2 teams. That being Angry and, of course, the players from Top Class.
Yeah, so Top Class, props to them for being able to hold out the other 2 players getting hit by the 7 Deadly Sins earlier. But these 2 players here making sure to stay alive. And now they find themselves in the top 2. But are they going to be able to find that win here? Well, Skills and Benz are now ready to get aggressive, and Skills has already found that initial kill. Madara trying to clap back, and indeed he finds Skills in the meantime and turns his attention immediately towards Ben. So already 2 quick kills coming out rapid succession, but the match does end with that Angry victory.
Yeah, and 13 kills on that board as well. So pretty good performance coming in there from Angry, really stepping it up. And of course, we see the players then from Top Class finishing up in 2nd place. Also a very, very decent kill count coming in there. 12 kills to them. We got the players from Destiny wrapping it up with 3 kills in 3rd place. The 7 Deadly Sins finishing it up with 8 kills in 4th. Wow, it's really exciting looking at these top 4 teams. Some crazy kill counts there. But of course,
yeah,
we've got the players in 5th being at the team there. Rain from Hell finishing it up with 3 kills. We got the players from Skuku finishing it off with 11 kills in 6th place. Wow. Then of course the team coming in from No Fear in 7th place, finishing it off there with 7 kills. We got the players from Mars Tactical in 8th place. In 9th place, we've got the players from... Ooh, this is a Kill Squad. Yes, Kill Squad. We had them in the previous one where they got the chicken dinner. So strange. But of course, moving on towards Black Clover, finishing their play off with 1 kill in 10th place. The African Renegades coming in with 2 kills in 11th. Then the players there from God Gaming with 0 kills in 12th place. We have the team, of course, also then from Yala in, well, slot 13. Sabaweli in 14th with 1. We've got the players from the Stark Esports team in 15th place. We got Force 4 in 16th place. We got the players from USO in 17th. Elite in 18th. Jinx in 19th. And then, of course, Active Gaming getting sent back to the lobby with 1 kill. So, yeah, very interesting start to the day there. And, of course, well, that is just our first match. We have 2 more still to come, so we should be kicking that one off in about 15 minutes time. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back momentarily once we get our next one started. So here is that schedule just once again if you want to confirm the times to be sure when to be here. There you have it. But of course, we shall see you when we get back with the second match. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you right back after this.
start. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Ain't got no place to call my own. Feels like I'm better off alone. So sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. The girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect.
You can knock me down, but I'll find a way. She said you don't know. She said you don't know. Eyes wide, tongue tied, midnight. You can say all that you want, but you and I were meant for this. You know, sometimes we hide behind this illusion that we're done. Oh, please see that you're wrong in this. I don't fall in love cause I'm here tonight. I don't wanna say it, but it just feels right. I took a pill just to pass the time. I wanna stay at the back of your mind. We've seen it all before, and don't get me wrong, but I'm done with these games. But I'll hold on to faith. You and I are stuck on this. I can't seem to let us go. It's not too late. Just show it your face this time. I still feel like you lied about the way that you can't love. We should have never let this go. No, we were the catch on the summer nights. Kids in the street that got it right. Every time I felt to let go. Every time I felt to let go. We've seen it all before, and don't get me wrong, but I'm done with these games. But I'll hold on to faith. You and I are stuck on this. I can't seem to let us go. It's not too late. Just
have to go and let it breathe, but I'll be waiting here, you see. I don't know if everything will be alright. Sometimes you gotta let go, 'cause I gotta let you go.
I'm not the girl that I used to be. Sometime I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I don't need love me. Hey, hey. 'Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye, yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
I'm not the girl that I used to be. Sometime I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I don't need love me. Hey, hey. 'Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye, yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye.
motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money. Let's get money, motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money. Let's get money, motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money. Let's get money, motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money. Let's get
Money, motherfucker, get money.
Let's get money, motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money. Let's get money, motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money. Get money, motherfucker, get money.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so we are about to get into our second match of the finals for today. So we're heading right back into that Erangel map. And of course, that previous round was a very, very spicy one. We saw quite a bit of action happening in that middle to late game, which was surprisingly more than we've been seeing, you know, the last little while happening from mid, especially mid to late game. Usually we see a lot of those fights breaking out near the end game. But yeah, it was good to see that, you know, things are starting to happen a little bit sooner. You know, the teams are turning up that aggression. They're starting to look for those engagements. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to be, you know, having in our next two matches. Whether or not the teams are going to step that up even more. You know, I think that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a little bit of that, you know, testing the waters early, a couple of early shots, some interesting car action, you know, just trying to drive over your enemies. That's always fun to witness. But yeah, maybe that'll translate a little bit into some earlier aggression, or it could potentially have the opposite effect as well. The teams will maybe just try and back off a little bit in the early game, which of course, you know, me and DK never want to see. We want to see that early action. We want to see some early fights, some early knocks, a little bit of salt, you know, just sprinkled out in there when you get clapped back to the lobby first. But you know, you live and learn, and well, that's you know, that's the game. So oh yeah, maybe we'll see a couple of early game fights, a little bit more early game action, or perhaps the teams will start to take more fights, you know, in that sort of mid game section. So yeah, we will wait and see. Of course, heading on into our second map of the finals here, the fourth game of the evening, or at least that you get to see. And yeah, with one more after this for the teams to put on points, obviously they're going to be wanting to work super hard to put those points on the board. So let's hope the teams are stepping it up, you know, now, and then in the next game, that'll give us some spicy action.
Yeah, and of course, only the points from the previous match, this match, and the following match, those are the points that matter. Those are the points that count. But of course, you know, we have ourselves in that group stage where the teams battle it out to make it up in towards the section which we are in right now. You know, going head to head and of course trying to get those points, trying to make their way on up through that leaderboard. And well, yeah, we're getting closer. We're getting closer bit by bit to seeing which teams will be the teams that end up to be in that promotion relegation section. Of course, they're going to be battling it out with the bottom 8 teams from Umzansi. So we've got 32 teams in there. We're, of course, now moving up in towards the semi-finals. So we are now down to 20 teams. So, well, the bottom 8 placing teams from Umzansi will be battling it out against the top 8 placing teams from Inkosi to see who will be playing in Season 3. And of course, we got quite a few interesting things also coming into the mix as we move on over towards, well, yeah, towards the next season. So be sure to check out the details down below in the description. We've got some more deets right there, of course, you know, that including our the COD Mobile event, which we have starting on the 9th of December, which will be running from Wednesday to Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. SAST. And of course, it is for COD Mobile as well as COD Cold War. So 2,000 rand, $2,000. Yeah, $2,000 up for grabs, $1,000 a title. So definitely going to be super, super spicy. Looking forward to that, of course. And well, yeah, we're also about to wrap up the Umzansi for this year as well. So yeah, it's getting pretty exciting. It's quite scary though, as you mentioned. And you know, it's time actually goes by so quickly. You know, it's like yeah. It felt like just last week when we started with the first, you know, matches of the Inkosi Super Cup itself. You know, those are auditioning rounds to make it on up in towards Umzansi. And well, here we are nearly at the end of Season 2. Yeah, it's come a long way.
That's crazy. Very, very crazy. We have, I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, at the end of Season 1, we sort of reflected on where we'd come after all this time. And now, you know, we're not ending off Season 2 just yet. But the fact is, you know, we're ending off the year. And regardless of what you want to say about the year, you know, the game, what Inkosi and Umzansi have experienced this year has been really, really great. I mean, we've seen teams step it up in a huge way. We've seen teams really, you know, coming to impress. They really have, you know, stepping it up. And this circuit that's been running in this format, in this repetitive format across the year, has really given these teams and these players a chance to step up, a chance to shine, a chance to get better, show what they're made of. And, you know, we've really seen some amazing growth, some amazing support as well, you know, and I mean, it's only going to get better from here. You know, more teams, more players going to be signing up, going to be, you know, trying their hand at some Inkosi fun, trying to get up into the Umzansi leagues, trying to get, you know, those big boy bucks. So yeah, I mean, it's really, really exciting. And yeah, I must say, ending off the year kind of feels weird, but Season 2, it's, you know, we still got some spicy stuff remaining. So you know, it's not the end just yet, but it definitely is. Yeah, it definitely has been quite the year for PUBG.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually reflecting on it earlier in the week. You know, well, earlier in the week being yesterday, because it's Tuesday today. So,
right.
You know, you don't get any earlier than Monday, unless, of course, your week starts on Sunday, which is weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, yeah, if we wrap it up this week, or, well, yeah, if we wrap it up now this week, that has been 49 weeks of PUBG.
Nice.
That's a long
That's
time.
a lot of weeks.
Yeah, that's a lot of weeks. 49 weeks of PUBG action just for this year, obviously, because there's been 49 weeks in this year so far. So, yeah, every week action all the way around. So, I mean, yeah, the esports scene has actually come quite a long way just in 2020, you know? So
true.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what we'll be having once we, you know, make it up in towards 2021. And yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting things coming. We have stuff like, you know, PMCO coming to Africa. You know, we are still continuing with the Nodwin Inkosi Super Cup. We're continuing with Umzansi. We've got COD Mobile coming, you know, into the mix as well. We might even see that coming into the Inkosi to start things off with. So, yeah, a lot of exciting things on the horizon there. So really looking forward to seeing what is going to be happening. And of course, well, in the meantime, we're waiting for this lobby to get started because, well, it was restarted. I think some of the players not making it up in time. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. Because you can see we have way more players in the lobby now than we had 5 minutes ago when we started the lobby the first time. So, yeah, hopefully everyone gets in position and gets ready so we can kick it off and, you know, get this last little smidge of our second last match for 2020 all wrapped up and done and dusted. And, well, give us your predictions in the chat. Let us know who do you think is going to clutch it out for this one. All right, we saw the first one going over towards the players there from Team Angry. All right, now, do you think they're going to get another clutch? Or will we see another team stepping up, getting the clutch? You know, give us your predictions. Tell us what you think. And of course, also, you know, you can also hit us up on the Umzansi stories as well on Instagram. Or just tweet at us on Twitter. Or use our tags over there. Here's my tag.
Yeah, I noticed that you changed my name. Like, look at this. What's this doing here? It's supposed to be.
Change it.
It's supposed to be there.
I didn't put it there.
It's supposed to be there with two little quotation marks.
If it was me, it would have been in the right place.
Yeah.
I can show you the ones I've done. Everything's in the right place. I'll show you.
Yeah, well, but I mean, you could just I can't block it out because that doesn't make sense. But you know, you could just look below that. You know, that there's my Twitter in case you want to bug me. Don't, please. But you know, yeah, it's been quite a year. It's been really nice. You can hit us up. Tell us who you think is going to win. I for one think we're. Hello, and then you can see more of my orange shirt. I, for one, think that we're probably going to see a different team getting the chicken here, just because I think that the sort of late game has been a little bit chaotic. It's been a little bit maybe uncontrollable for a lot of the teams. You know, you see a lot of the time when a team is likely to put themselves in a position to win consecutively, usually they're in control of the match, right? So whether it be they are able to control the situation, find a lot of team wipes early, anything like that, get quick rotations, and know what they're doing. There's always something that sort of leads you to believe that. Right now, what I'm seeing is just I'm seeing a little bit more chaos than you would usually expect in that kind of situation when it comes to the late game. So I do think that we're most likely going to see another team step it up and find the chicken. Maybe we'll see Angry get into the top 3 again. You know, that's always entirely possible. You know, it's not off the cards. Anything's definitely possible. But I think there's just a little bit more of a rogue element in towards the end of the late game. So I think we'll probably see a different team take the chicken this time.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm just keeping an eye on this map, you know, on the match rather, to just confirm that it goes. I don't want to keep on transitioning back and forth between the two, you know. So apparently we had someone just sneaking in to the observer slot.
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah. Ooh.
Naughty.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, well, yeah, we've got 77 players in the lobby. We had 78 in the previous one. Yeah, 78.
Sounds about right.
So you got one of the 7 Deadly Sin players in the wrong spot. He was he managed to jump into the lobby just as the game got started. So just waiting to see now if they're going to continue. So far, it seems like it is, you know, going all the way through. So, well, yeah, let's maybe just hit it up into the game and see, you know, what happens. Maybe it will take us there if the button decides to work. It don't work. It don't work. It not working. Oh, wait, whatever. Let's try the old school method, double clicking.
Oh, yeah. This one's bound to work.
Nope. Also not.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fun. So now we're going to have to...
Well, now we're just here. Hello.
I don't know what's going on. So the game has started. The flight path is there. We're stuck on this screen. Welcome. Hope you guys enjoying our faces. Yeah, we're just going to be chilling here, sitting, talking. We'll explain the whole thing to you. Try and draw the map out bit by bit.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
So the flight path looks like this. Oh, there we go. Hey, we got it. Nice. Good job.
That was actually right on cue. I mean, right as you said, the flight path looks like that.
There it is. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, well done, Battery. You maybe need to tell us about the flight path then.
All right, well, yeah, the flight path looks like this, and you can see it right here, going down there from the southwest all the way up to Stolba. So, yeah, the Inkosi players, they're going to be feeling really good because they've been getting some really nice zones and some really nice flight paths. The Umzansi players have gotten really difficult ones lately. I think they've been you know, pretty miffed about that. So, Inkosi players, they're feeling pretty good. Get those nice drops going, get those nice zones, feeling all, you know, cuddly and comfy. They're all good. You know, they got a cup of coffee in the hand. They're wrapped up in some blankets. You know, one hand on the control there, just making sure they're dropping down into wherever they want to be. But that zone finally giving us some spicy. Look at that. Very nice.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, well, sadly we don't see anyone landing over in the patch Novka.
You don't want to land there. You don't want to land there. Now you get to taste the sweet vengeance of not landing in the best spot in the game.
Yeah, so there's no teams in patch Novka, unfortunately. So, well, in the meantime, we've got 3 teams at least dropping in Pachinki. There we go. That is what we want to see. So Devon Deadly Sins. Yes, that one. 7 Deadly Sins alongside the players from Elite FX. And then, of course, we also have, well, not the Devon Deadly Sins here. We've got the players, as you can see there, from Kill Squad. Also, right here with them, a Viper now just drowning himself. He was the one in the wrong slot. So, well, look, down he goes. Very sad to see, but that is how it is. 20 teams in the mix. 76 players alive. Yeah, this is gonna be a super spicy one.
Oh yeah, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for the super spicy because, yeah, I think these players have been a little bit too comfy lately. So we got to get them down there. Got to get some action going. It looks like the Black Clover is on some very nice quick rotations in towards the base. We got the 7 Deadly Sins over there. You almost caught me out there. Just taking some hits, putting some shots in. So we get some nice action. We got a lot of players concentrated towards George. Got a couple of players down towards the southwest. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm seeing some nice clusters where we could see some potential action happening pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll be keeping a very watchful eye on that. And well, yeah, there's a lot more clustering in this round than we saw in the previous one. But that, of course, being all thanks to that lovely zone we have all the way in that southern portion. So you can see a few of the teams already starting to make their way down towards the south, trying to move on up and get on in. So yeah, we'll be keeping a watchful eye on the kill feed and the players all across the zone. Hopefully we'll have some crazy engagements coming with that as well. Yeah, we'll have a look and see. At the moment, of course, everyone is just trying to get themselves in a good position, whether it be getting that loot or making sure that they're getting into the zone, which is potentially going to be quite the pressing matter because right now that zone is very, very south, and it has a very high chance of continuing in that direction, or at the very least being in a spot where that military base is most likely not going to be out of the picture anytime soon, which means Black Clover are basically uncontested in their control of that spot. No one else is down there, which means either we're going to see some huge clustering and fights up in towards that main island on the north of the zone, or we're going to see a lot of teams try and make it across the bridge into the base, at which point bridge camping could be pretty spicy. Yeah, no, definitely could be pretty spicy, but well, all the way leading up to that bridge, we of course have all these teams, you know, now starting to line up. So Usama here making his dash through the open field here with his lovely beanie in this heat. Makes no sense. But anyway, there they are. Here it is. But it's an ice cream beanie, so he's actually cooled off. Oh, it's a cool beanie. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. It's one of those cool looking beanies. Yeah. We're seeing shots. I can't figure out where they are though. Can't figure out who, what? Yeah, I mean, I see the kill feed lighting up. I can't see. But where? Yeah, I mean, some mysterious hit. So somehow, some way, the players are getting hit somewhere by someone, and I can't get into it because I can't see where it is. I mean, yeah. Oh, okay, maybe no, it's not here. But we've got Mystic just hiding behind the vehicle right next to Destiny. So let's see, will this Mystic... I don't know, I was going for something lame there. Never mind that, just leave it. You must know it's bad if I even don't say it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It
also
has
really
to be.
bad
That's
English.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, we'll just leave that. We'll just leave that where
Yes.
it is.
Yes,
We're
yes,
going to
yes,
see
yeah.
some shots of the kill feed. Looks like Potato going to get roasted, as well as a couple of other teams, actually. Well, a couple of other players, should I say, taking some hits. So, yeah, and it's good to see that we've got some early hits going on. Hopefully, we'll be able to see a little bit more than hits. I want to see some teams getting knocked out at the moment. Only one of them has been taken out so far. We got to bump up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, well, let's see. Will Cairo and the hacker be able to make it all the way into safety? So hacker is the only one we can call a hacker because that's his name. No accusations coming out there. Just reading. But yeah, let's see. Will they make it up? Everyone, of course, now slowly but surely heading towards that Sosnovka military island. Now, we don't know for certain that the zone is in fact going to be shifting down towards the south.
True.
So yeah, it'd be quite funny to see if, you know, if PUBG throws a bit of a curveball to the players and swings it all the way back, or maybe puts it all the way towards that western side.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, we've seen the game do things like that before. It's definitely not out of the question. So, yeah, maybe we should just keep our eyes peeled for that. Of course, for the moment, we're just watching all the teams slowly make their way down in towards that zone. We've got quite a number up towards the northwest. They're just streaming down towards that zone. Of course, on your screen here, you can see Mr. Dixon, who's just put a couple of hits in. He's looking to hunt the team right across here towards that boat. And just finish them off, make sure they're all taken out, get some extra free loot, and take control of this particular spot down here towards the coast, which might just be, where we end up. We've actually had the zone end up on this coast a couple of times before, so maybe we'll find ourselves back here again.
Yeah, a lot of players will then just be coasting up into this direction, so we'll see what's going to be happening. And of course, you can see Mr. Jelly here just dropping his clothes. I think it was getting a bit hot. I would also have been with such an outfit, but they are making their way over here towards the African Renegades. So hoping to see those engagements start happening as the teams are getting closer and closer and closer. Come on, you can do it. Well, we got Believe and what's Sul? Right? Or am I slaughtering it, Batchy?
I mean, yes, you say that's Sul, definitely. I'm not sure whether that's his name or not. I mean, at this point, it could be anything, but yeah.
Yeah, seeing that, that my pronunciation is so wrong most of the times. But whatever. Ooh,
Well, it's mostly just the...
We had a vehicle run over accident thingy here. Skook, we're now taking damage. Mr. 11 kills. Up comes Mr. 11 kills. Let's see, will Mr. 11 kills get that kill? Or, because he knocked out Torpa. Alright, it's getting close. AKM now goes down. Let's see. Will they find those hits? Come on, you can do it. Come, Turbo. We need that injection. Hit us up with some NOS. Ooh, wait. Here's another team coming in. Rain from Hell now just about to pull up into this bit of a mess we've got going here. You can see those hits, of course, now just flying all over the place. They might try to steal that kill away, but they get hit in the process. Shylock, and off goes the vehicle. Well done it. No fear, showing no fear while knocking out their enemies. Well done. I love it when the players show us why their name is a certain way. You know?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always great, when players live up to their names. But of course, now that kill feed is lighting up just that little bit as the teams are moving in. And once again, that zone getting a whole lot smaller. Torpa taking quite a bit of damage here. That DP not helping out. He's going to go down as he gets hit down the side of the mountain. Jelly going to get run over in the meantime. BTS certainly showing him what's behind the scenes there. Going to be just absolutely running him over. So this is nice. We've got some more fights here, and I'm sure that will continue. As of course you can see right there on the map, that zone looking pretty small at the moment. It's getting smaller, but it still hasn't decided whether it wants to be on the mainland or the island just yet. And we got some more running over. Yay!
Well done to BTS. Dead. Well done. But of course now just wow, this lobby is now just heating up. Good guacamole, just action all over the place. I mean, it's so difficult to choose where to go, but we'll start at the north and make our way down, as that is the obvious direction the teams will be heading in as well. So, well, the players here from No Fear down to Rolex. So let's see, can he time his shots properly? Well enough. Ooh, finds the hit in to one of the players there. So, one down for him. Or rather, one more to go. But the blue zone is now moving in. So he is slowly but surely running out of time. Skuku in a little bit of trouble. Unless, of course, they can get those heals going in time. And then, of course, we've got the players there from the Mars Tactical team. Also now just rolling up right past them. Making their own approach into that zone. It's also looking pretty interesting here on the eastern side. We've got the active gamers as well as the players here from Top Class. So, you know, a lot of possible things about to go down all across this map.
Yeah, we do actually have some interesting movements here. Of course, those teams are also jumping into the river, swimming across the channel, as we see them do every now and then when the zones are looking a little bit spicy like this. In between the zone, the mainland and the island, of course, the bridge is looking a little bit too hot. So they just got to hit the water, which seems to be the case for quite a lot of teams in Shroud now. Putting some hits in towards Nemesis. That's happening down towards the coast where a lot of battles are happening. Some teams are swimming with that. Zone is closing up once again. It's going to be getting smaller. Will it choose? Yes, it will. And down towards that island is where it goes, but not just anywhere on that island. It's going to be all the way to the western coast. So we've got a bunch of water sitting up in there. We've got cliffs like there's no tomorrow. And of course, a very limited space for all these teams, of which there are still 17.
Yeah. No, it's definitely going to be super interesting. And I think one of those cliffs down there is actually called Richard.
Is that so? Right.
Yeah. It's a very specific cliff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That awkward silence when the cringe jokes come through. Yay! Ooh, Ice now getting hit in the water. Ooh, I don't think he's a... No, he's taking hits. Ben's now also starting to put the action in towards Believe there. So Angry going at it once again. The shots still flying up towards Ace. They're now trying to find him in the water. Some of those hits actually coming through. Ooh, I don't think he's going to be able to make it. That blue zone also now on the approach. So either he's going to succumb to the blue, or those last few hits are going to shoot him in the butt. So, yeah, we'll definitely see in the kill feed which way that is about to go. But, yeah, the African Renegades, of course, now still sitting on 3 players strong, just making their way up in towards the zone now. Very close to the players here from Angry. You can see, of course, now also just sneaking things up a little bit. Forceful now also starting to pop a few hits in towards the players there from Crimson. So it's slowly but surely starting to heat up as everyone is now trying to rush on into zone. I mean, the players, especially on this side, they're about 400 meters out of zone. So, yeah, that is going to be a super challenging one for them. Ooh, Yala also getting hit.
That's a bit of a difficult one. You're trying to escape the blue zone, run out as quickly as possible, and then some Oak sits there with his gun and just puts those shots right into you, makes your day that much worse, as now you can't escape the blue and you can't escape the hits either. It's just a feels bad man all around. So shame on you, Ezreal, but also a very well-played strat. Just to, push them out, make them die. It doesn't really matter. Just to keep them at bay for long enough for the blue zone to deal with them. In the meantime, lots of teams moving up to the western coast of that military island, which does mean we have quite a few shots in that direction up towards the northeast as well. So teams moving in from that direction are also fighting it out. You can see that right here on the screen.
Ooh, down goes the Renegade. So Angry now really looking pretty angry there as they rush on up in towards the zone, just putting in those hits one after the other. And of course now, man, I was trying to jump over here to Sabaweli, but of course now they just keep on taking out people. I mean, well done though. But it's annoying because I want to see the fights too. So well done to Sabaweli there for getting those hits in, wiping out yet another team. Well, they're sitting on 5 kills so far, and we find a few players actually now stuck out in the blue as this zone goes from difficult to almost crazy.
Yeah, look at the zone. I mean, this is actually such a tough zone. This is just very, very difficult to operate right now. All the teams are just trying to rotate in there. They're swimming across, but that blue zone is devastating. The shots are devastating. Everyone putting them on across. And I don't think many of the teams are going to make it out of this situation. In the meantime, they are trying to rotate onto that island as quickly as possible. Lots of teams, as you can see there, stacked up across the cliff face towards the west coast there. Looking very, very difficult. I mean, right now, 13 teams remaining, but none of them really have a really, really good position. They're all in a very difficult spot.
Well, Angry, not Angry. I just saw them in the kill feed. Daniel actually having a pretty good position up here. Very, very interesting spot to move on up into. But of course, now we've got a few players actually opting into the drink there. So we've got the players from No Fear going for a bit of a splash. We've got Uso going for a bit of a splash. We've got the shots, of course, now flying up here from Subaway over towards the Black Clovers, just up ahead of them, as you can see on the screen there. We've got Dixon just patiently chilling here, you know, just waiting to see what's hanging. And, well, yeah, we're down to 11 teams. It doesn't look like 11, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but it certainly is.
That's 11. Wow. Okay.
We got a lot of stragglers.
Yeah, okay, that probably explains it, because I was trying to figure out what the, what's going on, because it doesn't make sense. But
yeah,
well,
Rolex is a straggler, Tiger's a straggler, Typical's a straggler, PB&J, Dixon, Denny, yeah, stragglers all across the board, really.
Wow. Well, the Moss crew is still looking pretty good. They're coming in with 3 players into this round. We got the players there up ahead as well from Subaway. As you can see, they're still sitting on 4 players strong. So far it's looking pretty decent for some of the teams. And of course, as you mentioned, this round almost being stragglers or us. Yeah. I'm curious to see who will be able to make it in. I think it's going to be super difficult for the players out in the water here to actually find that approach. And of course, you can see the players there from Angry now just once again ripping it up through the teams. They are out for a vengeance. That's probably why their name is Angry. So they are just shooting like they're angry, trying to rip everyone a new one. And of course, well, so far it seems like that is kind of what they're doing for this round as well.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna make me eat my words there and maybe take another chicken here. We'll see, as Jinx trying to put some return shots in there. Then he goes down. Angry moving on in, actually putting some serious pressure on here towards the side of the cliffs. They're taking some fire from Black Clover though, but Angry still managing to put the hits in and finding the thirst as well. These guys certainly are angry. They're just putting the hits in with no mercy right now. The rest of the players trying to scramble their way up, and as you mentioned, those players that find themselves in the water definitely not having a very good time right now, especially if that zone decides to go on up towards the land portion of the zone, because then they pretty much have no chance. It's going to be super impossible for them to move on in, but still there's a tiny portion of water still remaining for them. But of course they will be watched by all the teams sitting here up towards the cliff, so they're still not in a very good position. All the rest of the teams just stacked up against the cliffs as per usual, holding out, and here comes the rest of the Angry squad putting the shots in. Mellow going down, as once again the rage of anger is going to be wiping out another team.
Yeah, this northern portion of the zone is also looking fairly interesting, because so many players just up ahead. You can see the players there from Moz, of course, not getting hit by the Subaweli clan. A few stragglers, of course, still holding up in the water. We've got 10 seconds left until the blue zone starts moving in. And then we get into the super interesting part of this map, is seeing where this next zone is going to be going. Is it going to go to the water's edge, or is it going to stay on the land?
Yeah. That is the question, which we will have answered momentarily. As Anini putting some shots in that mini, just trying to cross all the distance, put the long range hits in. Has found a little bit of damage, but so far no kills just yet, but is getting closer and closer to finding the mark. Is he gonna find the kill here? Oh, there it is. There it is. Finally lands those hits and gets that knock, and that should be the end of at least one of the Moz players for the moment. You can see Mr. Gyrobot moving on up as quickly as possible, but might just fall to the same fate depending on exactly how this plays out. Of course, has to get into that blue zone ASAP, where the rest of the teams are, whether they are swimming or just camping along the coastline. Right now, those shots are flying up and down across the coast. Still haven't found the final remaining stragglers in the water there, but whether they are long for this zone, we will see. Of course, that one Moz player who got knocked, getting taken out by the zone. And now DK's question soon to be answered. Will the zone go towards the water or will it stay on the land?
Yep, we will find out in due course. So everyone, of course, now... I think it's going to be super challenging for these players, especially, these ones down here. As you mentioned, if that zone shifts in towards the land, good luck. I think it might be super difficult. But of course now, if the zone goes the other way, I think the teams that we still find on land, it might be a little bit challenging for them to find a good, decent spot in the water as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it does just theoretically go out into the water, those teams on the cliff will actually just have to throw themselves in and hope it's enough. For the moment, though, of course, those shots coming through back and forth now. There's angles being found here and there as they try and just take one another out, try and make things a little bit easier. That blue zone coming on up, very close to closing and getting a new one chosen very soon. Team's just trying to hold out until that happens, till that zone moves in. Let's see where it goes. And, well, it is going to be the land. It's going to be right there on the coastline. That pretty much means the end of those teams sitting out there on the water. And now the teams up and down the coast have to fight for the spot. So here we go. This should be the final push that will give us our last remaining teams in our final zone.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to see some of these players sitting on right there on the edge of those cliffs. Actually just capitalizing on the ones that we've got down in the drink, which you actually see now happening on the kill feed there. So, yeah, BB&J just jamming it up right there on the water's edge. Of course, only one opponent up ahead of him, that being a typical. So we'll see whether or not... Well, that's also one of the players there. Let's see, would he be able to find those shots? Just trying to put them in towards Rolex. Rolex, of course, not just watching over towards the edge. And the hits come in from up above. Dixon finds them and sends it in. Well done.
Very nice, very nice. Hashirama trying to find some hits with that ACOG slapped on top of the DP there, looking for some hits, looking for those angles, and we'll find a couple of them putting some nice shots across and actually catching out quite a few players. Very nice stuff coming out there. Some good clean shots, some great knocks, some nice wipes here. We're left with 6 teams, 12 players at the moment as that zone, of course, threatening to kick a bunch of players out. Lots of teams now moving over, lots of players trying to move on up and try and close into the last remaining portion, because there is a tiny bit of water still left in that zone where some of the players could sneak on up into, just crowd on in. You can see there are quite a few players sitting on top of each other in the south of that zone. The rest of them just trying to stave off the masses as Skills lands a pretty nice molly in there towards the angry team.
But yeah, oh, but that wasn't... It's angry actually blowing up themselves.
Oh.
I think they might be a little bit angry after that one.
Yeah, or maybe they just, they like to smolder a little bit in the flames to just keep the anger up, It's difficult to be angry all the time.
Yeah, you run out of fuel eventually, unless, of course,
Yeah.
you have that molly just burning your butt. So we'll see. God Gaming, of course, now down to their last players. You can see Mr. Dixon over here. Just waiting on the edge there. We haven't seen the players from Sabaweli clan actually rotating up into zone just yet.
Yeah, they've certainly been biding their time, but is that going to come back to bite them in the butt? We're about to find out, because they have to move on up super quickly, and now those crosses train in their direction. Can they find the kill? Daniel will find it just in the nick of time, moving up in towards that zone safely for the time being. Now Hashirama ready to flex that DP once again. Is he going to find the hits? We've got 3 teams remaining, of course. Moz, Gyro, Bot, the last remaining for Moz, and then, of course, it's just Angry and Sabaweli there with 3 players each.
So let's jump over here to the Moz tactical team, Mr. Gyrobot. Let's see if he'll be able to find any of those shots. Of course, having a pretty good position up on the top here, but of course exposes himself over to Hashirama, and down he goes. Isunini now also trying to move on up. So Sabaweli clan going up against Angry for the chicken for the second round. Let's see, will it go over to Angry for a second time? Got a 3v3 for this final showdown, and of course the players from Angry have the zone in their favor. So yeah, they could actually pull this one off.
That certainly could. They certainly could. They've managed to sneak one of their players up in towards that spot to put the pressure on, ready to get the rest of their players there to try and, well, cut Sabaweli off as they try and make that rotate up. Hashirama has been doing a pretty decent job up here on it towards this little rock with that DP. We'll see if he can continue this job here, put those last remaining hits in towards Sabaweli and get Angry that second chicken. Or is Sabaweli going to find their footing here, find those kills that they need to make things happen? We're about to find out. Here comes that blue zone to put the pressure on. And Ib's actually going to start things out really well. Instantly gets clapped back, though. Sabaweli taking some serious damage. Daniel going down as well. And this might just be the end. Isanini, the last remaining player here for Sabaweli. And he's got to make a lot happen if he wants to try and get this win.
Yeah, no, definitely has quite a lot of pressure on his shoulders. So one false move could spell the end for him and his team, but of course now they still have a few moments left, but the shots are now starting to fly in. His teammates getting thirsty. You can see skills up on the hill there. Hashirama now, well, about to get raised up by his teammate, and of course now the same can be said on this side, but I don't think they are going to be able to outlast this blue zone as it now moves in. Sabaweli clan going out with 8 kills, and there we go, there we have it. Blue zone coming in with that chicken dinner, the big chicken dinner. But of course, well done to Angry once again. Wow, they just ripped it up. I mean, finishing it with 20 kills for this round.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, it's good to see a team sort of prove me wrong in that sense, where they step it up a second time, flex their skills a little bit, pick up some really good kills and the chicken dinner for a second time in a row, which is definitely quite impressive. That's unexpected, or at least on my part. I certainly didn't see that happening again. So that's quite an interesting thing to take note of, and potentially a team to, you know, keep your eye on going forward.
Yeah. And of course, well done to Sabaweli coming into second place, finishing their play on 8 kills. We got the players there from Moz finishing with 2 kills in third place. We got the players from God Gaming with 4 kills in fourth place. We got the team there from No Fear finishing their play off with 10 kills in fifth place. Wow, nicely done. We got the players from Elite finishing up in 6th place. We got the team there from the Black Clovers in 7th. We got the team from Uso Crimson with 1 kill in 8th place. PB&J being the one sneaking in that quick kill there. Skuko going out in 9th place, finishing it up with 5 kills. We got the team from Jinx with 2 in 10th place. We got the players there from Top Class with 1 in 11th. We got Force 4 finishing it up with 2 in 12th place. Also have the players here from La 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 La. This is my elevator music. I'm just quickly trying to find the player's name here. Oh, there we go. Kill Squad finishing it up in 13th place with 1 kill. We got the players, of course, from Active Gaming finishing in 14th. Then we got the players there from Yala in 15th place. We got the team from Destiny in 16th place. We got the African Renegades with 2 kills in 17th. 7 Deadly Sins in 18th place. We got the team from Rain from Hell finishing up in 19th place. And then, of course, the players there from... I'll get it. Stark Esports. There we go. Wrapping it up in 20th place. Well, yeah, there we go. No kills for them, unfortunately. But of course, that was quite the spicy match. And now everything is stuck once again. This is so much fun. Woo. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yay. It's working. All right, so yeah, pretty entertaining match we had there, and of course the zone providing quite a bit of that action, shifting over to that really difficult spot that we saw right there on the cliffs. So yeah, entertaining match done and dusted. We've got about 9 minutes left until the next round starts, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our third and final round of the evening. That's of course if the buttons work, so we'll find out soon enough.
much for us to bear. I need to tell you that it's over. You can probably see it in the way I stare. This is gonna be too much for us to bear. I'm just calling to say. It's gonna be too much for us to bear. I'm just calling to say. It's gonna be too much for us to bear.
Quiet's driving me insane. Silence rattles in my brain. Yeah, I gotta get away. Always waiting for the phone, so I built my towers tall, wandering through these empty halls. Break the cycle now. Walls are coming down. I gotta make it out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look my fear right in the eye. I just wanna feel alive. I just wanna feel alive. I just wanna feel I gotta save me from myself. This emptiness, it hurts like hell. My good intentions let me down.
best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so we're heading in to our final match of the evening. Again on the Erangel map. So, well, so far Angry has been able to rake in 2 wins in the previous 2 rounds. So, Patchy, do you think they're going to be able to clutch a 3rd victory?
Well, I mean, I bet against them in the previous match, so maybe this time I'll swing things around and say maybe they can do it a 3rd time. It would be surprising, I must say. The odds of that are pretty low, but you know, I mean, I already said that previously. I said, you know, it's most likely not going to be the same team again. But they proved me wrong on that front. So maybe we'll see them step it up again. Maybe we'll see them get in towards that chicken dinner position, or at least finish in the top. I think from what we've seen so far, maybe getting them into the top spot once again, probably not too far-fetched. But whether they'll be able to take a chicken for a 3rd time in a row, I'm not sure how convinced I am on that. It is certainly possible. And if they continue to keep up a good performance, that's definitely on the cards. But you know, only time will tell. Only the game will tell us that. So, of course, you know, we'll have a look at that flight path and that zone in due course. But yeah, I mean, it certainly has been an interesting performance coming out from them so far.
Yeah, speaking of which, you know, like, are you in the lobby, Patchy?
You know, I thought I was, but evidently I'm not, so...
Get in, they're waiting for you. All right, so...
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, Patchy having a bit of a
I was in a lobby. I was
Yeah.
in a lobby.
So Patchy having a bit of a oops. So the delay is only now because of Patchy. Thanks, Patch. It's not
You're
very
welcome, you're
often.
welcome.
It's not very often that I can point that at you, saying, you know, like, Patchy, get in. But yeah, so yeah, we're about to get that lobby started once Patchy joins. No pressure. So we'll see how it goes. Everyone's just waiting for you. You know, there we go.
I'm in.
And okay, cool. All right. So yeah, we should get the match underway. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to be happening in this one. You know, of course, we'll see whether or not they'll be able to clutch that that 3rd chicken in a row. So we got about 10 seconds until we hit the start button, and then yeah, we head on over towards that lobby. I'm curious to see where the flight path's going to be going for this one. We had that lovely southern zone in the previous one. Before that, we had the far western one. So I'm expecting maybe something towards the east or north.
Yeah. Process of elimination, definitely we can go that way, or the zone could just give us the big middle finger and go back in towards the west or the south, or just right in the middle, and who knows, you know, predicting the zone's not exactly been the most successful thing that we've ever done, so I'm just going to hold off on saying where the zone's going to go. We'll just wait and see, because that's probably the best option when it comes to that. So we'll just have a look at the flight path, we'll have a look at the zone, we'll see where it goes, and then yeah, and then we'll jump into the match and see if Angry can maybe clutch out another chicken. And then, well, if they do, they'll certainly be eating pretty well tonight, as that's 3 chicken dinners. That's quite a lot of chicken.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty stuffed after this one. So, well, that, of course, only if they get the chicken for the 3rd round once again. So we'll be seeing how that goes. And, of course, let's jump on over into the lobby. Pressing different buttons for this one, and this time it works, of course, unless I can unmute that one. There we go. So everyone is ready, making their way around. You can see Aimbody, he's already getting pretty hot, just running around in, well, let's call it his birthday suit. We've got Mr. Power Ranger over here as well. Everyone just getting all charged up and ready to get on into this match. So yeah, I'm hoping to see some early game engagements though.
Yeah, I mean, we all are at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're always hoping to see those early game engagements, you know? And I'm not talking about like, oh, just one hit and then it's like done, you know? I want to see a full-on engagement. Full fight.
Yeah.
You know, so...
I want to see some tussles.
Yeah. Maybe someone getting run over again.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, no, it's great fun. So yeah, well, of course, we'll see how that goes, where the teams are going to be going up in towards, and... yeah, only time will tell who will be the victors of our final match here for today. Of course, we have that those lovely $45 up for grabs for the pole position. In fact, here we have it. That plane is underway, making its way around. We've got that flight path. Oh, fairly decent flight path once again. What's up with the game?
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually very odd. Like, we get these really weird and wacky and just all over the place zones and flight paths over in Umzansi. And now here, we're sitting with really nice, comfy flight paths, and it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's super weird. I mean... I don't know what to make of it. I'm pretty sure the teams in Umzansi would be pretty pleased to have flight paths like this on a more consistent basis. But of course, it is Umzansi. It is, you know, the next step up. So, yeah, we kind of need those difficult flight paths, the difficult zones. You know, just to add that element of difficulty to the whole thing. But of course, well, we've got 2 teams already jumping down here in Pachanovka. So, well, that being Black Clovers and Jinx. So we might be in for a little bit of a surprise here, right off the bat.
Yeah, well, some of the teams got pretty punished for not getting in towards that military base early enough in the previous one, and now they've learned from their mistakes. Whether or not the zone goes there is another question, but these teams that have dropped down here certainly have earned their patchy points for the day. And actually, it's only going to be going down in towards the southeast, so a good decision as usual to drop into that that military base. Good decision.
See, it pays off sometimes.
It does. No, it pays off all the time. Every time. Every time DK it pays off.
Even when the zone rotates to the north.
Absolutely.
Then especially it pays off. Because you have that whole area to loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just
makes 100%
every
sense.
single time. Yeah.
No bias there whatsoever. But of course, well, it's also quite interesting up here in South George. Well, South and North George. Wow. So quite a few teams already starting off the hotness right here. We got the players, of course, as you can see. This being the players from Elite. And right there with them, we've got the players from No Fear. So waiting to see whether or not these 2 teams are going to be taking that engagement. And of course, over in North George, we also have the players there from the Moz Tactical team alongside the players from Force 4. So, yeah, let's see. Hopefully we're going to have those fights breaking out very, very soon. We want those early game engagements. We want to see it. Please just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. That's what we want to see. We want to see some nice fights, and it looks like George might definitely be the place where that happens. Looks like quite a few teams have decided to be in that particular spot, but of course they will all need to rotate. So I'm expecting that we'll see a couple of engagements at least in towards George, because a couple of teams will be needing to rotate out, so they want to move. Maybe we'll see some third parties come through, some shots as they rotate. And maybe they'll even decide to actually take some solid fights just to clear up some space and free up some movement.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how this, of course, then unfolds. So, well, the players here from No Fear showing no fear as Torpa is just rushing down the staircase in a hot pursuit of this intruder in his compound. That, of course, being quite typical. So let's see whether or not he'll be able to find the hits. Ooh, bit of free fire, and down he goes. Torpa gets the hit. Lesson learned, don't rush Torpa. He will knock you TF out.
Nice.
Yes. Ooh. Another quick one. Wow. Vipex. Yeah, Vipex also now just rushed in. He got sent back. So let's see. Ooh, just look at the carnage here, though. That whole squad was just trying to move in here from Elite. Now they only have Worry and Ice. The last two remaining players, and of course now Ice taking a little bit of damage. Down he goes as well. Worry now rushing up. Will he be able to get those hits in with his VSS?
All right, now it looks like a pretty difficult spot to be in. I mean, look at this. Crawling out, the teammates coming through. Torp does actually finally go down. But is the VSS going to be able to find the kills it needs to find? Because he's got to find a couple more of those players if he wants to be able to move up there. And Torpa probably going to be picked up in the matter of minutes or moments. So Worry definitely going to have to be worried about exactly how to approach this situation. Does he just leave? It looks like he might. Goodbye. Doesn't want to take part in that situation whatsoever.
Yeah, he's like, I've had it. I'm done. It's time to leave. Trying to get back up into that zone. But of course now on the northern part of George, we've got the players here from Force 4 and the Moss Tactical team going head to head. We haven't seen any shots coming between these two players, just two teams rather, just yet. I don't know what the Nabil is looking at. Is he waiting for footsteps or examining the bricks? Probably examining the bricks. I guess that's what it is.
It has to be. I mean, sometimes every now and then you just got to check your brickwork, you know, because with all the things said and done, you know, the gunplay is great, shooting people's great, you know, squashing people with cars, it's great. But ultimately, you know, if your brickwork is just not on point, if it's going to be crumbling, if it's not going to be solid and actually do its job when it needs to do its job, you know, you're going to be failing from step one. You know, it's just not going to, it's really not going to work out for you. You need to make sure that your foundations are strong, your groundwork is laid out, and that brickwork in your walls is just, you know, it's solid. You got to make sure.
Yeah, the foundation looks pretty solid, I must say, though. You know, we can even like look. This is what you call a foundation. Very decent
that
foundation
looks really
right
nicely
there.
rooted.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, kudos there to Nabil. You know, just going, you know, approaching with safety. You know,
Yeah, double checking.
because that's
that's the real OG.
Yeah, because you can't risk it. I mean, what if you happen to sit on top of that building and it, you know, it starts to rock back and forth for some weird reason?
You know?
Ooh, Angry just got hit.
Ooh.
Wow, top class. That is that's pretty good though. But Angry now, they still have 2 players left. So 2 of the Angry players just got you know, just wiped out there. So well done to top class. You know, see, that happens when you talk about bricks.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite the solid starting point. But of course now, you know, the players here from Mars also now starting to put some more hits in right over in that South Georgian region. So let's see that blue zone, of course, now closing in slowly but surely. Yeah. I'm curious to see whether or not the team here from Mars will they be able to make it in. Oh, it looks like it might be a little bit of a tough start. You know, Turbo already just popping those hits in, but of course down he goes. So you got Rolex now. You know, he's just watching the doorway. There we go. Yeah, so he's also, you know, he's getting ready in a very timely fashion.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Right now, it's obviously a pretty difficult situation for some of these teams that are straggling behind. You know, we hear the term play with fire, but right now these teams are playing with the blue zone, which can be equally as deadly, especially with that consistent damage that always just ticks away at your health. Right now, it doesn't do super much, but you know, it all adds up over a period of time. So you do need to get your keister moving, stick it on the road, and get into that zone ASAP. Now, of course, on your map there, you can see the teams sort of moving in, congregating. We've got a couple of teams up on the mainland, a couple of teams down in towards the island, and a little bit of zone, or should I say bridge control, also coming under a little bit of scrutiny here from some of these teams moving down in that direction. No one crossing over just yet, but Turbo will be taken out in the meantime as the teams continue to battle here in the blue zone.
Yeah, and of course now Torpa starting to move up. I don't know if he's trying to make his way on up into wood zone, or you know, going for a little bit of loot, but yeah, this I think he's maybe in search of some meds, but we still see one of the players there from the Moss Tactical crew just waiting up ahead, and this smoke, of course, now being quite yeah, it's just giving his position away 100%. There's no guess as to where he just was. So we'll see whether or not they'll be able to make it up into wood zone successfully. They of course have quite the distance to cover to make it all the way in. But in the meantime, this zone itself is starting to heat up, as we've got the players here from Kill Squad just waiting in the compound here, trying to see if anyone will try to stop by. That of course, that could potentially be the players there from Top Class.
Yeah, the teams running through the blue zone will certainly have learned a little bit of the lesson of, you know, trying to take fights and prolong fights inside that blue. Definitely not where you want to be. So we'll see if they make it out of that situation alive. For the meantime, of course, that zone moving down and towards the southeast. Going to force all the teams to rotate, and some nice shots coming out from wide to try and put them in it towards us all. Now, of course, that zone actually has a bit of an interesting positioning down towards the east there. Lots of water in play. We've got Chuku moving up the bridge there, just putting themselves on that mainland, trying to get themselves a good position moving forward. And that seems to be the same idea that pretty much everyone have at the moment. All the teams now congregating once again, and hopefully we're going to see some nice showdowns ensuing.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely see. But of course, now Worry getting hit. Up comes Potato. Ooh. Definitely no potato shots coming in here from Worry at all. All the attention being turned over towards the vehicle. And, well, Potato finds those hits, sends him off. But now, as you can see here, Uso now just starting to rip it up, putting the hits in as well. So the players here from the Stark Esports team, you know, as you can see, getting 1 or 2 hits in the process. But, of course, also getting that lovely thirst in the process as well. Ooh, yeah. There we go.
Very nice stuff. Hoping we'll see a lot more fights just like that. Get some more shots going, get some more clashes of these teams going forward here. You can see Lime Tiger looking for the hits over towards Chris, putting some long-range shots in. Actually, it looks like he's taking a little bit of damage now and then. If they can land these shots, they might just find themselves a nice, free, quick kill and a thirst here, as Chris is somewhat separated at the moment, trying to just run around Potato, also cresting the hill, showing himself for the time being. But things definitely building. That pressure is slowly, gradually just getting more and more, until eventually, of course, it has to just come crashing down, and these teams have to take one another out.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. So curious to see who's going to be the one to take the initiative and start pushing and, you know, start putting those hits across. But of course, you can see that kill feed now starting to light up once again, as the players there from Angry are now just ripping it up straight through the players there from Jinx. And, well, no, that was Force 4, actually, succumbing to the players there from Angry. So, once again, they are stepping it up, putting that aggression counter up to about 23. So, let's see. The players here from Jinx, of course, now just battling it out with the players there, of course, also from the Black Clover team. So, yeah, let's see. Will Jinx be able to get the clutch, or will the Black Clovers just rip straight through them?
Yeah, and we are going to find out as Potato puts some shots in. Chris does eventually go down, and Potato goes down as well. Top deck now looking for some shots in towards high. He's going to find a couple of them high, not feeling in too good of a position. That blue zone also doing the damage that we know it does, and of course now heading slowly in towards that mid game. It's going to start doing a little bit more damage than usual, at least than it starts out with. So there is definitely some big pressure on here at the moment. Of course, in the distance there, Black Clover and Jinx having a little bit of a clash here as that blue zone slowly moves in behind them, pushing them up in towards the zone, which is all the way up in towards the north. They've got about 30 seconds to sort their affairs out here before they have to move on up. And of course, Mellow now trying to move, trying to see what's going on. Will find the shots in towards Titan, and that's going to clear a little bit of a path for him to move on up, and the rest of the Jinx team to try and get in to the mainland, which is where that zone is.
Ooh. Oh, some crazy shots coming in right from behind. So Jinx getting caught in a pretty tough predicament right there. You know, the players there, of course, from Black Clover coming up with a beautiful sandwich. You know, just closing in on Jinx. And well, Top Tech is now the last remaining player. You can see those kill feeds, of course, now starting to line up once again. Strangely enough, Top Tech is keeping his attention focused towards the opposite end. You know, the shots are coming in from the one direction, and yeah, I don't know. But I don't think Top Tech is going to survive. No, down he goes. The players, of course, now just rushing in, sending him packing. But the blue zone also now coming into play, and everyone now just trying to find their own way into the zone. As you can see, a lot of carnage now about to ensue across this map, as everyone is just trying to cram themselves in. But of course, now up comes the players here. We got a nice little spectator glitch there as well. There's actually a smoke grenade, you know, doing the work right in front of us. I know you can't see it, but it's there. It's there, just like electricity.
Yeah.
See, there it is. Ah, it was there. Wait, where's it? No, come on,
you
come
almost
back.
had it there. Just gonna.
Oh. Well, either way, well played to the players there from God Gaming, just putting those shots in. We got Angry, of course, now moving up once again. They are closing in on the players we have just up in front of them, that being the players there from Top Class. So a 2, well, make that a 1v4 now. Unless, of course, Hashirama can get that res in on Benz. It might be the end for Angry.
It might certainly be. We're about to find out at the moment. Of course, Ben's not in the greatest position. Hashirama taking quite a bit of damage there. And that actually is the end indeed. Angry getting sent straight back by TC nonetheless. Absolutely top class coming out from Top Class. Taking the former chicken dinner winners there and sending them back into that lobby and securing themselves a pretty decent spot there in the middle of the zone. Of course, that blue zone now closing on up as Tesla putting some shots in towards Lime Tiger. Suku trying to move in from the south, getting caught a little bit in the blue zone. Black Clover in the similar position as well. We're really going to go down in the meantime, and that is going to be a quite devastating position. We are 4 zones deep at the moment. That blue zone dealing so much damage. You have to get inside. You cannot dawdle pretty much back in that blue zone.
Yeah, no, what? Dawdling?
Yeah, no dawdling.
Yeah, it's almost like doodling, just a little bit different. But
yeah, I was going to say dangling, but that doesn't really make sense.
Okay. Yeah, just hang in there. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So PBNJ now just making his rush on up into zone. But of course, just up ahead of them, we've got some of the players there just lying in wait. So let's see, will Stark be able to put any of those finishing hits into PB&J? I mean, he's just like one bite away and then, you know, is all done and dusted right there. So, well, makes his way on up in towards the zone safely, pulling up in towards the multi-power direction, as you can see here. But of course, now the remainder of the lobby all situated very much so over towards the western side of the zone. The western side of the zone.
Yeah, this actually puts PB&J in a pretty good position there. Pretty much uncontested. He can sit there for himself for a little while. He's going to be A-okay. The rest of the team's just absolutely clustering, as you mentioned, towards that western side. Going to be absolutely super difficult coming through there. It is going to be quite a challenge for these teams to make it into that zone now.
That was weird. Well, I can't hear you. You can hear me. That's weird. No, wait. We can't hear each other. Okay, so the audio is still coming through. We got the players again from Top Class. Of course, now making their way around. Yeah, I think there was maybe some other PUBG or some glitch somewhere along the way. But of course, well, here we are. The confusion on both our faces, just absolutely insane.
I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, me neither. That was pretty weird. But of course, now the players here from top class. Yeah. Down there to Madara. Let's see, will he be able to get the hits in as he's now being challenged right here on his rock. Ooh, jumps off, manages to pull that one off quite successfully. But of course now Sabaweli coming in hot pursuit, chasing the poor man down and sending him right back into that lobby along with his teammates. So yeah, right there and there, it's there and then it's done and dusted. Wow, I can't speak English today, but of course now the players here from Skook are still busy making their way around. We got Sabaweli just up ahead of them. So let's see, will they be able to tend to their wounded as they're taking so many shots? Shroud just getting hit. Daniel, of course, now quickly trying to apply the last few hopeful meds there. And of course, we've got a few rotations also happening over towards that northern side. So PB&J not so alone anymore. Quite a few players just up ahead of him. So yeah, this is definitely starting to heat up. Oh, there we go. Got some more hits now starting to fly. As you can see, down goes Adil. Devil now the last hopeful. Will he be able to make it? Will he survive? You'll find out in the next installment. Kill Squad, of course.
Find out in the next episode.
Yes.
Which is happening right now.
Yes, welcome back. All right, so in today's episode, the people are busy healing up and about to make their move around the map. Let's see whether or not the players here from Kill Squad will be able to survive long enough to make it up in towards that zone successfully. Of course, got now Mr. The Devil hitting his way on in. And of course, right up ahead of him, we've got some players there from the Yalla team. Are they going to Yalla yeet him back into the lobby, or will he make a successful rotation all the way around them? We shall find out pretty soon.
Yeah, we certainly will. The Devil going to be making his way on up, and well, you know what to do when that happens. Just aim your gun right at him, pull the trigger, and see how long it takes for him to go down. And speaking of pulling that trigger, Shuku going to be feeling a Shroud's heat at the moment. Silent getting taken out by that blue zone, of course. Now, some serious damage coming through, and there we go. The Devil does eventually go down when you put enough lead in towards him. And of course, now the rest of the team is certainly feeling the heat when it comes to that blue zone. Can't get caught out there. All the teams having to rush on up into the zone. There was not a single team. When that zone shifted, there was not a single team still inside that zone.
Yeah, yeah. We just saw well, the Devil getting the dead. I know it's lame. Leave me alone, but I had to say it. I had to. Okay. And of course, now the players right here behind us. The players here from, well, this being the team from Yalla. Now, they had those nice few shots that we saw them put in, but of course now that blue zone is just doing quite a crazy amount of damage to the team. As you can see them now also getting hit as Rain from Hell finds those hits and just sends them off. Yeah, well, pretty crazy play. I mean, we're not expecting anything less, but of course, everyone are just getting jam-packed in the central part of the zone as everyone is, you know, trying to outlast the zone for as long as they possibly can, trying to get that chicken. So, well, now is the new exciting part. We're going to see which team is going to be clutching in that chicken for this third round.
Yeah, we will certainly be having a look and seeing which one of these 6 teams is going to be able to find that chicken, going to be able to just grab it and eat it. It's going to be tasty. We'll see who's going to make it happen. Rolex taking so much damage, going to go down. Wizard OP going to be pretty OP there with that DP. Lots of P's in that one. Going to move on swiftly. Zone getting a whole lot smaller there. Rain from Hell now in a pretty good position to actually just leverage all across the board. Now those shots coming in. Black Clover feeling the heat as Hacker puts those shots in. And now we're left with 4 teams remaining. Which of these 4 teams is going to make it on up? We've got, of course, we've got Moz, we've got God, we've got Des and Rain from Hell. So lots of teams here that could potentially make this happen.
Yeah, no, 100%. So 3 of the 4 teams already very well positioned in that zone. And of course now just waiting to see who's going to be the team to clutch it out. Who will be the one to get that victorious chicken. And of course, well, the points that go along with that. So yeah, definitely going to be super interesting. We got the players there from Rain from Hell. We got the team from Moz Tactical. We've got the team up on the hill there being the players from God Gaming. And then, of course, we got Destiny on the edge. So those are our 4 final teams, making it up into what could potentially be... that could potentially be the last zone. We don't know yet. It might be this one or the next. So, yeah, we'll find out momentarily as these teams, of course, now are all putting shots all across the board. And Wizard OP getting caught off guard. They are having those heads put straight up in towards him. Gyrobot, of course, now keeping a very watchful eye off on the far end. Sending a quick smoke over towards his teammates there. And Gunny now, the last hopeful as the Destiny squad now start pushing in. Gets one down, but of course, down he goes in the process. So 3 teams now remain. Of course, the players here from God Gaming holding up on that far western side. We've got the team from Destiny holding up in the southern portion. And then the players there all the way on that far eastern side being the team there from Rain from Hell. So yeah, we'll see. Will they be able to clutch anything?
Yeah, playing up this hill is definitely going to be quite difficult no matter which way you swing it. So we'll just have to have a look and see who's really going to come out on top of this one. Right now, as you can see, God Gaming have a pretty decent position towards the top of the hill. But of course, when that zone shifts, it might not be the case. They might not find themselves with favor. So they're really going to have to utilize this position. If the zone doesn't rotate in their favor, they're going to have to utilize the angles that they could potentially have and try and get some kills and move on up. So we're about to see where that zone is going to go. It's very, very close to closing up here. And it looks like God are looking to find something. But it has to happen sooner rather than later, especially if the zone doesn't go in their favor, because they won't have this particular advantage for much longer. We'll see where that zone goes, because that might just tell, oh, they do actually have the favor. The zone right on top of them. That's really good. They're in a brilliant position. They could easily win this now if they play their cards right.
Yeah, well, whichever way you look at it, it is definitely going to be an uphill battle for this round. So let's see who is going to be those victors. Will it be Rain? Will it be Destiny? I can just hear that sigh coming in from Patchy's side, and of course, God Gaming up on the hill is putting those hits in. Let's see who's gonna get it. Patchy, do you think it's gonna be God Gaming?
You know what? I think they have a good position for this. It's definitely going to be a little bit easier for them to utilize this position. Sitting at the top of the hill gives you just a little bit of an advantage. You know, you've got that height, but if God Pablo doesn't win this, maybe it could potentially swing another way. Hopefully, God Gaming can utilize this position, but it's not to be. Pablo going to go down as Hacker now pushes on up, finds another, and that could be the end of the God squad right now. Jelly now trying to find something, trying to hold on, but really it's not going to be enough at the moment, as Pablo probably going to get taken out, and indeed down he goes. And now Jelly trying to find something back, but can't even find a knock, and that's pretty devastating right there. God losing their traction here towards the top of the hill. The rest of the team's moving up, going to be claiming the spot away from them. Rain from Hell taking the one side, and of course Destiny taking the other. Jelly in a very, very tough spot.
Yeah, no, that is definitely going to be a super challenging one. And of course now Hacker pushing up once again. Let's see, will Jelly be able to find it? Sends a quick nade off in his direction. Ooh. But of course, the same can be said there from Hacker side. He also sent one out, but up comes the team, just pushing in. Drop shot, there we go. Jelly gets the one knock, but of course gets taken out by Cairo. Ooh, there we go. So 2 players potentially left on the board, unless of course Cairo can get this res in successfully. We see some of the hits now going over towards the players there from Rain from Hell. They're sitting on 4 kills. So yeah, this is proving to be a very, very interesting zone, as these are our 2 final teams. The blue zone now closing up once again, and here we go. 3v3 battle. Ooh, Deimos moves up, down he goes. Oh, everything now on Shylock, unless he can get this res in on Argus. Ooh.
Oh, looks like he might just. Very,
35
very close.
seconds. 35 seconds.
Yeah, there's still time. There's still time, but the shot's coming through. Shylock has to make this work. Did manage to get the res in on Argus, but has to juice up the health. Now Shylock has to find the shots, but he's getting so much damage, and the molly comes through, and that is enough to take Shylock down. Now Argus, the last one remaining. And And there's just too much to worry about right now, especially now that Shylock is out. He has to win this fight, does take one, but he's getting hit from the other side as well. And that is going to be the end of that.
Yeah, that was really a super tough finish there. But, you know, either way, well tried though by Rain from Hell. You know, really good attempt there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in their favor. And of course, you know, well played to Destiny, coming in, clutching it out, finishing it off with 14 kills in that chicken position. Rain from Hell with 4 kills in second place. And of course, God Gaming finishing their play with 6 kills in third place. We had Mars Tactical wrapping it up with 6 kills in fourth place. Team there from Black Clover also coming in with 6 kills, but in fifth place we got the players from No Fear finishing their play off with 5 kills in 6th place. We got the players there from Yala finishing in 7th place with 1 kill. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. No? Yeah. I don't know, it's so difficult to figure out exactly where these names start and where they stop. Let's go with 1 kill. We got Summer Whaling Clan finishing their play off with 5 kills. Then of course the players there, the Devil and his teammate from Kill Squad finishing it up off in 9th place. We got the players there from Scoopoo finishing it up with 3 kills in 10th place. Uso with 3 kills in 11th place. Then of course the players there in from Stark Esports in 12th place. Coming in with 1 kill. We've got the players there from Top Class with 5 kills in 13th place. I can't count, sorry. Active Gaming, of course, with 1 kill in 14th. Angry, well, 15th place this round with 2 kills instead of a chicken dinner. Yeah, that feels bad right there. And of course, the African Renegades in 16th place. Jinx wrapping it up with 1 in 17th. We got Force 4 in 18th place. And of course, the players then from Elite Effects finishing off in 19th place. Well, there we go. There we have it. That was that round, and it's the final one for 2020. It is done. The next time you're going to be seeing us, well, doing Inkosi, rather, will be in 2021. New year, not new season just yet. But of course, I'm quite looking forward to those final 2 weeks that we've got left, Patchy. Because the teams, they've got some time to, you know, to relax, get their minds all sorted and whatever's, you know, come all
and
fresh.
Practice.
Yes, you know, and that part, that's part of what I was going for. But yes, you took the words right out of my sentence. Well done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it was a good end to the 2020 side of the Inkosi Super Cup. There, we saw some nice games. Unfortunately, Angry couldn't take 3 in a row, but I mean, doing that seems pretty unlikely. But you know, getting 2 in a row is still pretty impressive. Definitely a team to keep an eye on. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this sort of refresher period is going to be. You know, once they take a break for the holidays, you know, have a like a Joel, and then head on over into 2021 side of Inkosi, and they're going to come straight back at it and close it out. Is definitely going to be interesting. So yeah, for those of you who've been tuning into the season, or maybe you just, you know, joined in to see what's going on here in the Inkosi Super Cup, it has been quite fantastic. I definitely recommend going, checking everything out, and then certainly come and have a look at that 2021 season when Inkosi Super Cup starts back up once again. Also, if you haven't checked out the Umzansi League as well, get your eyeballs on that, because that is absolutely quite the spectacle as well. Yeah, just put your eyeballs right on there. And yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. We're doing a lot of cool stuff. DK knows about all of that, so he's going to tell you about that now.
No, this Patchy just said everything, so yeah, there we go. Thanks, Patchy. Well done, well played. Yeah, so I want to look clever too. So here we go. You know, we're getting the spectacle sorted. Now this feels like I'm about to go play paintball or something. Whatever. No, not now. But yeah, there we go. Well done, well played to all the teams. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it at least as much as we did. But of course, that wraps it up for 2020, the end of our 6th week for the Inkosi Super Cup Season 2. So yeah, thank you so much for all the viewers. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have been showing to well, Inkosi Super Cup over the past few months. And of course, also thank you for all the support on Umzansi as well. Well, there's some big things still to come, so I hope you guys are looking forward to everything as much as we are. And we, of course, look forward to seeing you back in 2021 everything should be going back to where it is normally, which should be over on the Not Win Gaming Africa YouTube channel. We'll find out when we get to that point, but of course, until then, have a fantastic Christmas time, have a fantastic New Year's time, festive time. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't, enjoy the off time. Either way, have a fantastic one, and see you guys back in 2021.